So, anyways, yeah, we have those special people fucking all over my life and shit. The masters of the Christians and the rest of the Abrahamics and shit. Fucking. And pretty much they all have fucking. Like everything's on repeat here, right? The humans say the same fucking sentences over and over. Like you're in a video game and you keep trying to talk to the same fucking character, right? Except for the most part, they're different fucking characters and shit. And they have the same, they perform the same actions, they have the same habits, at least the ones I'm forced to be around and shit. Fucking, um, I, I was, I never, like, supposedly there's all these people in the world now who do what I did when I was, like, fucking born. And I don't even believe it because my whole life, these people have continually fed me liars and who fucking lie about everything to fucking come around me and shit. They'll lie, like literally they'll say they're any fucking thing and everything, like they're paid fucking agents of fucking of this fucking shitbag AI creating them and shit. Fucking except for I don't think, if you got a fucking AI creating some bots and shit, I don't think it has to pay them. I don't think they do anything fucking. I think the illusion when they have money and shit is just, to human explain things like why they're never around. Oh, because they're at work or something like that, which doesn't actually happen in my life. No one I know actually works, which is kind of weird and shit. Like a couple people did. I went to one person's work and shit, and I worked at one place with other people, but that's about it. Fucking the rest looks more in line with the reality of what's been happening and shit, and I've been shown since 2020. So you have those one people who all look the fucking same and shit. Um, who wrote all these fucking the Satanic Bible, the science books, the Bibles, all fucking 20 million of them. And they're always bragging, like, I mean, they wrote everything, right? Like, I don't think the humans have the mental capacity to fucking write a book. I don't think they do either, but it's in the game that they own all the media and book publishing and shit like that. So, it's pretty fucking set in stone there that, they're running around, the humans are running around lying about what's happening. Like literally every word out of their mouth is a fucking lie, blaming the people they work for and worship for everything they do for them and shit. Fucking so we've had this problem. Like everyone I've met fucking has looked the same, and it's like I don't even like people, like I don't even like fucking Nazis and shit. Fucking so why would I want to hang out with the same fucking people myself? I had like a short period there where I lived in the ghetto, and like none of my friends were fucking white and shit, so or pale skin, whatever. I mean, no one's white. They're all either pink or gray or translucent and shit. But they all band together under this word white and shit, and they all say they're middle. All the ones I know, fucking all the nations I look at, say they're fucking actual Middle Easterners. So it's like it's just a whole fucking smorgasbord of lies from them and shit. Fucking, they're the real Americans. They're the real Europeans. They're white people, but they're from the Middle East, and then they use the pyramid as their fucking original fucking sign of slavery. So, I mean, everyone goes with that, right? They're all fucking white and shit. It's just like one giant Nazi fucking army across the planet and shit. And then on top of that, obviously, there's other people because all the times they've band together and drug me and try to kill me. Like, I might assume even the people they were trying to take me away from were all involved in working with them and shit. Because yeah, I mean, the one I got close to, fucking for a couple days before they sent some cracker fucking broccoli head, fucking enraged after me, like she knew I was fucking, hanging out with a non-cracker and shit. Fucking even that one had that smile that all the fucking parasites fucking had and shit. Like everyone, pretty much, who forced their way into my life and shit, fucking had this weird fucking smile, which is like, and it's not weird. I mean, the smile is literally like I'm fucking a sneaky little bastard hiding something and shit. It's pretty fucking simple. I mean, I already understand things, but I was forced by people to go to fucking classes to learn psychology, which helped because now I can define who and what they are rather well and shit. Of course, they're not telling me they're bots, and that's why they act that way. So it's confusing at first. I was like, this is stupid. I was like, fucking living beings don't fucking fit in boxes and shit. How the fuck am I gonna study a human being and shit? But apparently they do. And apparently humans fit in boxes and shit and can't deviate from anything. Fucking. And that's why you got your all fucking existence and shit here. People talking about flying reindeers and they can never admit they're wrong. There might not be them, or I mean, obviously it's part of the KKK. So, you know, you colonize and conquer the fucking Europeans, and then you meld your fucking shit with them. So they feel at home when the few people you leave alive celebrate that shit. I don't even know if it's that. I mean, because in America there is no Europeans, so I mean, it looks like they must have fully colonized and replaced the Europeans. People acted differently in some other nations I went to, but still all around me were the other people. And like I even seen like they openly used the last names of the Bible colonizers to take over Mexico and shit. The Mexican governor, and so they now have like a Steinberg ski fucking name for their mayor and shit. But yeah, so like pretty much every time I met someone, there was some weird shit going on. As far as people I care about and would have wanted to be around, like pretty much everyone I chose to like want to be around. As far as like a female, like I never seen them again and shit. Anyone I chose to talk to and to continue to talk to on my own, never fucking seen them again. And that's weird considering how fucking excited some of them were fucking to see me. I mean, good actors, right? Fucking, but I mean, that generally doesn't happen. Generally, when the people sent to me fucking act that way, that means that they're gonna be hanging out for a long fucking time and shit. And so, I mean, we had like the the master race here fucking above like beside the other people, just like they were beside me. Like the one or two I thought might not be them and shit. And even recently when they picked me up, fucking like I'm walking home from fucking a concert and shit that uh like appeared way up north and shit, and then yeah, I'm not even like, and I'm not manifesting it. I'm walking around talking about fucking kill everyone and fucking destroy the planet. And so I'm not manifesting anyone come fucking, love me or hang out with me and shit. And then all of a sudden these fuckers come and pick me up. Like this girl pretty much picks me up and drags me to her car. And like, I know not to allow these things to happen, but I mean, she was like fucking fire and stuff. And it turns out to be she was more than fucking fire. She was like in charge of shit. and I mean everything else. I guess like when you are in charge of shit, you look like you can be in charge of matching colors and that other shit that not everyone seems to have a grasp on. Not dressing like a man when you're not a man and things like that. I shouldn't insult that, right? I wear women's clothing because fucking dudes' clothing is like some real bitch shit in America. Like, this shit's woman's clothing. This is a fucking. You can't see it, but, because it's real blended in, but it's, fucking, what's her name? Wednesday Adams and shit, and she's drinking poison. Speaking of which, we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. So, anyways, yeah, that's Wednesday Adams, and like like half of her face is a skull, and it's got fucking all sorts of shit, and millipedes and centipedes and shit that is probably more fantasy horrific than that, or just insects I don't know the name of crawling out of her eye socket in her mouth and shit. And then it's got that frilly shit at the bottom and it's real long. So it's designed for a girl, but I mean, like, they didn't have it in cement and shit. So that's that. And like these fucking velvet pants I have on. They didn't make shit like that for guys till like 2 years ago and stuff. So I found like one nice pair of pants for guys that weren't leather, and the leather always made me feel weird because it's like, that's for gay people, ain't it? Like, I wonder how many people don't talk to me because they don't think I like women and shit. Fucking. Plus, they were heavy as fuck. And my other pants, wow, those disappeared when I was hanging out with, I don't hang out with anyone else. Fucking, apparently I'm not allowed. We tested that in 2024. I mean, dude, they came up to me in 2024 when I was talking to 2 European males, while one European male who had someone beside him, and I didn't really want to talk to him because he's a lost cause. He's not gonna give up the people beside him, fucking, to fight the cause he was out there to fight and shit. He's already a lost cause to that. And so shit, that dude I was talking to, and I was telling him, I was like, like I just met this dude, but we're at a little event and shit. It was a Proud Boys event. Fucking, I just left Black Lives Matter and went over there. Fucking, I mean, they kind of kicked me out of the out of the Black Lives Matter because they didn't want me there, and because it's only for a certain looking white people with a certain narrative, apparently, and not me. It's not for me to lead, or the black people who invited me up there to lead. It's not for either of us to lead. It's for a special group. Fucking. So anyway, so I went there, and obviously I'm at BLM to talk to them about this shit too. Fucking. And I mean, bro, the whole thing surrounding that. Okay, so the dude I was hanging with, he looked half black. Yeah, I mean, might as well assume. Fucking Moses, fucking, he was all talking to me and shit. He was telling me they're trying to claim he's fucking hitting on children and stuff, and then I should have been like, dude, you're hanging out with me, you're a marked target now, your life's fucking pretty much over, but I don't want to scare people. And I mean, I was not hanging out with and dating people because of the fact I don't want other people's lives to get ruined because of who I am and whatever's been happening around me my whole life. I had some hot ass doctor bitch fucking talking to me and shit, fucking hot ass blonde, and it's I was setting boundaries, now if your life has any sort of value to it, you don't talk to me, and then if your life has no value, I have no fucking reason to want to be around you either. Fucking. So, and that's probably them inserting themselves into my life to keep me down, because I'm pretty sure that's the purpose of all this. But anyway, so I went to the other place, and I instantly started talking to them like about, these fuckers are like all up, like following us around everywhere and shit. And like, it turns out to be the dude already sitting at the table over here was one of them. And so he comes over and he's like, you can't talk to them like that. They won't believe that. And it's like, well, they believe it now and shit, because you're fucking showing up, fucking doing exactly what I'm telling you they're gonna do, and fucking if I can't believe it now, then they're a lost fucking cause. Because if you see it happening, I can tell you and show you videos, and it's nothing like experiencing everything that's happening. Seeing all that shit's nothing like experiencing it. Fucking. Yeah, I can know fucking USA's a terrorist fucking genocidal empire and shit, but you can experience it when they come and fucking start drugging you as a child and enslaving you and taking everything from you and preventing you from, forcing you to do labor for free, and then later on fucking preventing you from doing any sort of work, because apparently you're only supposed to work for free for them and not, move above McBurger worker, because their excuse would be that they always have a scapegoat, as they invented in their Bible. Fucking their excuse is that oh, those are trash people, narcissists. They're narcissists. And what they are is they're failures at life, who can't even keep a job at McDonald's because they don't know how to make a burger properly, and they're trying to keep everyone else below them so they can feel like they have some sort of value in their life, and they can feel like they're a special person. They literally supposedly don't have the brain to figure out that if someone else can't make a burger right, all those burgers they're eating fucking will never be made, and that house they're living in will never be made, and that TV they're watching and those TV shows they're watching will never be made, if we ignore the fact that it's fake and they're bots and it's all being AI generated and no one's actually making any of that media. But I mean, that had been going on so long, but that was 2020, so that was like, that was either the second or the third time. Like, I got kidnapped. I decided to go up to someone and talk to them that year and try to, again, because I quit this when I was like 15, when I noticed, like, there's really weird shit, and I don't think I'm allowed to date or be around anyone I want. So, like, when I was 15, I tried to talk to people I wanted to, and I could just feel it. Like, most of my relationships, I could feel like that I'm not allowed to even date anyone I want or be around anyone I want. And then I was also assuming that they couldn't make a female who had enough up here to be able to do the things I do and stuff, and in my life, so there's no point to being around them other than sex, which they aren't any good at either. Well, one or two might have been, but generally no, so it's a total waste of life to talk to them about that. And it's a waste of life to talk to someone for sex anyways. Like, I just don't, it's so lame, because I'm the only ones providing emotions. They're fucking bots, and my emotions are what make them appear to do anything, apparently. That's what being God apparently means. Except for, there's weird flaws in that God thing, like this whole other group here who thinks they're gods, or goes around and forces the world to worship them as gods, and tries to enslave gods, and it's like, well, I'm real fucking powerful now. I exist just to be a servant to the devil and shit. Fucking, I never fucking have or do anything I want, and the devil gets to fucking just fucking prevent me from doing anything I want my entire fucking life and shit whenever I want to do it. And now that I'm dying, they're giving me, yeah, I mean, them and me together, and who knows? I mean, I'm the one with a brain, and they're the ones who failed for decades, so we can't be sure how that's happening, can we? Fucking, they're the ones with the military, and I'm the one having to cook up shit in the kitchen. You know, so they should have legit poisons. We don't know how that's happened, but now that that's changed, the world's begun to change. You know, things around me, like, like almost like I'm being bought off, being forced fucking outside of town by the humans in USA. Fucking, so I can't participate in modern society, just like they've been doing when I was a kid. When I was a kid, the people who raised me, I don't want to call them parents, because obviously, if I'm God, I don't have parents. I'm everyone's parent. I'm not. Trust me, I didn't create most of this shit. Don't blame me for what trash does, because I create incinerators. I don't allow trash around me and shit. If anything, trash would be isolated in New York. It would be like, we create a large dumpster like New York and just let them fucking hang out there. Fucking, at the very least, that would be my solution. So don't go blaming me for why other people are trash. Like trash goes around blaming drugs for why they're trash, to have their fucking their global drug trade monopoly and make drugs look like the evil devil. Everything's the devil to these people, except for the Nazis running around the earth telling people that everyone else is the fucking devil, and they should fucking, and killing them and taking all their land and everything from them and enslaving them and preventing them from doing any work of value and shit like that. Fucking, that's who the devil is. The devil is whoever these things want killed, and I'm not sure what they are, and I don't really care, but I do know the humans work for them, so it doesn't fucking matter who and what it is. If it moves, it seems to be a problem. I'm very suspect of the fucking gerbils and the birds as well, and because, I mean, if you can control some fucking humans and create some bots that look like humans, creating a bird would be so much more fucking simple and shit. Fucking, and yeah, so I mean, plus you see the whole fucking world being fake and set up. You might as well assume the grass is a damn terrorist. I mean, the grass is feeding terrorists, so same fucking thing, right? Guilt by association, it's like the numbers man providing funds for the mafia, the grasses and shit. The grain is fucking the water, the fish. But I think there's more to it than that, considering how fake the world looks. The grass is probably a much simpler robotic pixel, whatever you want to call, whatever these things really are, robots, pixels, like, are they robots? There's just an illusion that I'm in some shell that has a fuel line delivery system and a cooling system and a central processing unit and one memory storage bank and shit, and a short-term memory storage bank beside the long-term storage memory bank. And has wheels on it so it can be motivated like a car and shit and go places, fucking, right? And so, anyways, so after we had just seen this, like so many times, like all my interactions were clearly set to fuck up. Maybe not all, but I mean, how do you even, once you see all this, how do you assume that there was ever a choice in this world to do anything you want? Because, I mean, I'm born into it. I'm born into people trying to, like mutilation and fucking pedophilia rituals. Fucking, I mean, it starts that day. There's anyone who argues that day, I guarantee you, that they fucking celebrate Christmas and shit. Fucking, it's a, it's not about someone so stupid they don't know flying reindeers exist. It's about their manipulative pieces of trash who go around trying to enslave people and fucking what? Enslave people for the KKK. Fucking so mentally enslaved, and it's directed at children too. It's not just any standard fucking KKK mental enslavement mind control program. It's directed at fucking children, and I mean that's easy to see if you're a living being. They tell you the same damn words both ways. It's just a retelling of the KKK manual and shit. It's for pagans that they've killed. I don't even think that they bred with them and colonized them, because USA doesn't look like a lot of halflings. I mean, not everyone looks like this, so there might be some, but for the most part, like they all look like this like three of the 7 phenotypes and shit. And that's one of them right there. That's just the most obvious one, and the others you can just see fucking a little. You can see a lot better once you fucking notice. And so, yeah, they'd been all up in my life forever. Fucking, like I said, at birth, and then they start with this forced slave labor, and then they do this prevent you from doing any fucking thing to advance in the world, and that's still like going on today. Like this white trash and other trash in Columbus, Ohio network together big time to move me out here to this place where like they changed my paperwork and shit. And then they all networked together to fucking make threats and blackmails. They had people in the government calling me to say shit, and then they had people in their fucking place saying that they were about to shut down that place I was staying at, that they forced me to begin with, and I didn't want to be there fucking, but I have no rights because humans exist. So, and, I mean, why do I have to explain to a centralized fucking network bot what the centralized network that controls the bot is doing? Anyways, what's the purpose of any of this shit? In fact, I'm literally talking to the enemy every fucking time I speak. Fucking. So, this has been this way since I was born. And they're like, okay, forced labor, fucking take everything away from him, make sure he can't go anywhere. Like, even when I started, like, okay, so I had nothing because they wouldn't let me have shit. It's not they didn't force me to do hard labor and get money for someone to do something with. Fucking, it's that I took the pen and I began writing stories. I didn't begin writing stories. I just wrote a fucking story because I was told to at school, and then I won an award from the president. And then the next year, I won a fucking award for writing books from the president again. And fucking, and then they start drugging me. Fucking, so they take everything, they start with their little fucking KKK anti-God fucking Christian rituals, fucking, which I'm assuming this is what this is all about. They are anti-God, but they've written books to enslave God himself, because this is what their people do. Their people come after the person that they think is God and try every fucking way to Sunday to fucking enslave and prevent him from going anywhere and shit. So, and this is a pattern. They all do this over and over, the same fucking thing on repeat until it's fucking ended and shit, apparently. Apparently that's the whole point of the game. You keep playing the fucking game until you figure out you're in the game, and then you win it. Or you don't win. You can never win if you're a living being on Earth. You've already lost by the time you figured anything out. It's just the memories, like every fucking thing that moves is a terrorist and shit, because 100% of the shit I've known, or 99% already were. And we're not stupid. We're not a human. We do math and shit. We we don't just win awards from the president for writing. We're in the top fucking percentile of math as well. We're actually better at fucking math than we are writing and shit. So we can't be fooled by a simple 1 + 1 = 99 human equation with I mean, with the abuse and shit, their emotional override, like they default to like crying and screaming and beating you and raping you if you disagree that Santa Claus or suggest Santa Claus might not be real. Not everyone. I met a couple men. There's one of my uncles and my dad. And my aunt, I thought that was odd too, because I didn't think the women. I thought for a while the problem was is the women aren't intelligent enough to fucking figure out. I figured in their head it just must be like shoop shoop shoop, confetti flying everywhere and like bright lights like a deer and shit. Fucking when a car is coming in, I figure it's just like that 24/7. But I gotta admit, fucking even my one aunt like was like. The one with the one man, the other man who fucking was like, yeah, that's weird. That stuff shouldn't be going on in this world. Or just like, yeah, we don't really believe in this stuff. But here you go. The fucked up thing is they tried to help me. They give me money, but the thing is if I bought something with that money I wanted, someone will fucking take it and throw it away. So I might as well just fucking buy some drugs and smoke the fucking money, or just smoke the money, see if I can get high off the ink, or kill myself by inhaling ink and fucking. But yeah, so there's been this pattern the whole time of people who look like this in my fucking life, and then I started testing it, and I was already noticing, like, because this started when I was in like first grade. When they passed me up 4 grades, it's not that I didn't deserve that, right? Like the year before, I was already separated from the class because I was far ahead of them, and that was like the only person in the world. I can't say that was the best thing to do, but that was the only person in the world who fucking did a move that made any sort of sense and didn't feel like a continued pattern here of the abuse and isolation that will unfold over the next 40 years. And I'll try to make this short and not make this a 97,000 hour long video explaining it all. But I mean, we're still technically back at first grade where I'm talking to no, the Asian girl starts talking to me. I think she's Asian. Asian, some Arabs, Kanye West said Elon Musk looks Asian, and some people actually think that might be where our little pals in the Middle East, who claim they're the real Americans, who were the Europeans, who were the Middle Easterners, but used a pyramid. Some people have said that they actually think that where they came from before they enslaved the Africans in the Middle East was Asia, which, I mean, take a look at Howard Stern and all of his lookalikes, aka everyone on TV and in the government, and tell me that that's not a possibility. But anyways, we're not worried about that. We've already found out who's doing what, and it doesn't matter where they came from, really, fucking, except for, actually, I might be a little too easy on some people if they did come from that area and shit. If that's really their global domination plan, fucking, then I'm way too easy on them and shit. But I don't think so. I mean, it's hard to sort it out because the bots, it's like so many bots. It's hard to sort out. The aliens seem to be in control of one of the other aliens. Fucking bots are obviously alien to living beings. That's what the word means. Fucking so and just like them appearing and fucking shifting across the map as I fly across it 100 miles per hour. Obviously they're alien because I have to drive 100 miles per hour to get somewhere. And they just fucking appear there when I get there. So, obviously, they're alien too. So, but I think that's probably it, right? You guys worship some aliens, and you guys want to scapegoat them for everything you've been doing for them, and obviously not. There's a whole fucking pattern here of every time someone comes into my life, it's either one of them or someone beside them for the most part, and then the few people who might not have been them, most of them, the problems happen. Like when the Chinese girl started talking to me, and the next day they gotta pass me up 4 grades and shit. And then that's when I get my first fucking remote viewing and remote listening experience. So I can know like they're over there talking, and like I know like the talk is suspect. Like their motives are not genuine. They're not like, oh my god, he's so smart. We got to help him move forward in life and shit. Fucking, we don't know what to do with him and stuff because he's smart. Like it's like, what do you mean? You're a teacher and you're so stupid. You don't know what to do with someone who's too smart for the grade they're in. You just pass them up. Pretty easy, or you just graduate them. How about you give them a graduation test and see if they pass that when they're 5 years old? Probably will. Probably will, considering I never paid attention. And last year I went to school. Fuck, I didn't go to school, and I still was on honor roll. The month I went a couple days, and things like that. Wake up in class, correcting my teachers when they make mistakes and shit. Fucking go back to sleep. Hang out with my teachers because they consider me an adult. Most people did. I don't think most people thought I was even a kid. I probably looked similar to this without the beard. So, yeah, a lot of people, I don't know if they were lying, like, we got a kid working for us. We should act like he's an adult and stuff. He's supposed to be at school and stuff. Yeah, man. So, I did actually there was a short period there where I was allowed to have jobs and money. And, but that's like in between, being a child slave and wanting to run for president and pissing everyone off. I think everyone who had been involved in my life was starting to go like psycho fucking when I was running for president and shit. When I started running for president. I mean, obviously that's like a joke to Americans that they're going to allow me to do something and go somewhere. So I more look at the world leaders thing. It's like, yeah, we're gonna crush this fucking place and shit. But let's bait them and fucking see what they do. I mean, I couldn't know all this stuff was happening if I didn't bait everyone and catch them doing it. I could only assume it was happening, right? So I had to do these things. This was fucking labor for me and shit, spending years and years and years doing this But I got more answers than I thought I would. Especially during 2020, I had no idea that was going to happen. Like, watching the human race be puppeteered on strings like bots in empty shells. But this kept happening, like people coming in between, and then one group bringing people to me, and that group was there. And for certain periods in life, I got rid of these people from my life and shit. It's kind of hard, but I'm moving around like every 7 months, so I get the chance to do that no matter what, right? I'm breaking phones and running up phone bills, so the phone gets cut off, which is kind of weird because it's almost like the game set up for that to happen on purpose. That way the devil fucking has a hard time keeping a leash on me, because if someone's your friend and calling you all the time and they're actually a devil and shit, and they're a violent devil, abusive devil, then it's not safe to be like, yeah, well, I'm gonna go find something new to do in life. I think you're interrupting my life, and that's not good. So I'm assuming that that might have happened for good reasons, and it was definitely like good because it gave me breaks. Like I ended up like meeting females and shit, whereas when men are around, they're trying to prevent when whatever they are around, they're trying to like prevent me from being around females I want to be around and running their mouth about them and running their, like I said in the other half, running their everyone has ran their mouth to the girl I was dating with at the time if I had a male friend, which to me seems pretty weird, but I don't know. Maybe all men are trash and they should be fucking beaten until they can fucking think better. Because I just wouldn't think you would allow people like that in society. Just like the child mutilators. But there they are. And the drug trade monopoly fucking leaders. And the world global genocide leaders. But there they are. I mean, how the fuck did the humans band together to try to kill me? Just like a few months ago, and over and over and over and over and over throughout my fucking history, and then band together to drug me with methamphetamines, trying to fucking fry me. That happened right after I started winning awards from the president. So I assumed that the Christians, fucking, aka the master race, fucking under one of their snake molts, fucking were banding together and purposely drugging me because I was using a pencil to do things. I was winning awards with a pencil, and they were trying to prevent me from doing anything and going anywhere. And apparently they're stealing my ideas. Like I invent the world and then they steal my ideas and then go get rich off of it and get famous off it. So they do today they do everything I was doing when I was a kid that they would try to prevent me from doing and shit. And then they would do all the rest. You know, when it doesn't matter, you know, I can do whatever I want, even though I fucking hate fucking writing and I hate fucking books. I was winning, you know, I was told by the teacher to write a book I don't even know what happened, but because probably the teacher told me, you know, told everyone to write a book. It's fucking to enter some drawing for the president, or you know, children fucking win awards from the president for writing the best book or something. And then I did that, you know, because they told me to, because you have to do what they tell you to at school. And then after that, they started drugging me. So I took something I despise these days, and I still turned it into like something great. And all these people have been acting like networked together under this flag and shit, that they're purposely like trying to like enslave me. I mean, obviously they are. Like, how does your human race right on the map? You're going to fucking kill me or ambush me, and then you fucking many of your members work together, including the government, fucking making steps to fucking try to kill me and try to cover it up and shit, and fucking that's a lot of people. But it's a continual theme with these people, fucking with these pale skins in USA, but they got some other people too. I mean, other bots, something. Not sure what they are, but they be teleporting across the map too, so they're not living beings and shit. Fucking, I mean, that first one, after they did the COVID shit to me, and then everyone else in the world had to do the COVID shit to themselves. Fucking, that one, like, fucking magically appeared where I was at and knew what I was doing on my own. So he's not a living being and shit. He's not a human walking around the earth doing any work. And then that relates to the whole building he supposedly works in, being liars and going around and claiming that person works. But that was a terrorist building. That is a hospital with the crosses and Shlomo's fucking pedophile fucking racial fucking supremacist, uh, everything that is vile in the world, fucking gang signs. That's what the fucking hospitals are. That's why they got their names all over it and shit. Because it is that's the way these pussy fucking losers are. Like they will tell you that Hitler is the fucking beautiful blonde nurse and they're gonna help you with your health and shit. Like literally, that's how they exist. That's how their books exist at all. You think someone like this could go around telling the world, "Hey, I'm the master race, and you're gonna worship me as gods"? The standard person would fucking bash his fucking head like a baseball on it, fucking home run and shit. Like fat boy fucking, like the fat boy fucking, the famous fat baseball player, whatever his name was. Good thing I forget it. You should forget. If I'm God, forgetting they exist should erase them from existence, right? Because that fucking makes so much sense that, it's not gone yet. There it is. Fucking. That's their blackmail, anyways. Is don't talk about what we do to you, and it won't happen again because you're God. I mean, literally, like, dude. Baseball bat said, "Bye-bye to metalhead." Isn't that odd? Them Italian Romans fucking love them tomatoes. It's like their fucking brain, I think. Soft and squishy and nasty. Fucking useless garbage. Unless you process it and grind it up and turn it into a nice lampshade and bar of soap. I mean pasta sauce. Little bit of gallows humor there. They love that humor, don't they? Fucking, they always tell them fart jokes. They're the smartest people on the planet, man. They got them funny jokes and shit about farts and boy, so smart. Fucking melon mine ho. Fucking so beautiful. So beautiful. Lady Gag me. So beautiful. Fucking Madonna. So beautiful. They're all so beautiful. They gotta fucking get plastic surgery and remove their faces and put someone else's face on and then still use their fucking hair to cover up their face so they can, and then wear some box outfit to cover up their entire fucking head and body so they can look fucking, they can infiltrate fucking the human species. Fuck, dude. So that's fucked up, like, because this has been a continual theme here, like, prevent me from doing anything I want, force me to labor, take the money away from me, fucking, trying to, and it's all the same people trying to get me to worship these people as gods and shit. Like, these people are running around in the shadows. Now, they don't come out on TV. Obviously, they don't put my face on TV. I run for president. They're not going to put me on TV because only they're allowed to be president. You can see that in all the histories past. Who's your favorite president? Abraham Lincoln. Oh, boy. Broccoli Head Express. Fucking. Now look at all them founding fathers. They had wigs like Donald Trump. Fucking. Because they had to cut their fucking hair off so they don't look like this and shit. They say they did that in the England, and it's like, well, who fucking killed the English and forced them to worship a Middle Eastern religion, huh? It wasn't the English killed themselves, and English didn't go around going, what's up, boy? The Middle Eastern, they're so beautiful. And they're like, yes, oui. It's so good. And then you get that little black hair Napoleon there. Looks exactly like fucking Elon Musk, Bergsteinovich. Fucking. I think it's been a long time since those people were killed off and replaced and shit. Because you wouldn't worship Middle Eastern religions unless you just happen to be a Middle Eastern, because everyone knows religion is racial supremacy and shit. But not everyone seems to want to discuss it. And not everyone, I've never met a person who's discussed how only one race at a time can have a religion on this planet, because That means that means they've conquered the world if people worship them as gods, and that means they've killed everyone off and shit. And like if someone else worshipped the world, then you wouldn't be worshiping their Middle Eastern religions with the pyramid from Africa on it. Fucking that they claim is is worshipped by Europeans who worship Middle Eastern religions who actually use a pyramid as their main fucking thing. Anyway, so these people have been all up in my life, fucking forcing females in my life and playing like weird games. And I think one of the things is forcing females out of my life, like ones I've actually chose for myself and shit. Like sometimes never talk to them again, and lots of weird shit happen in my life, which involves stuff that the rich, overprivileged Nazis here own, involving the media. So, um, not that I would trust anyone I've ever met, but there was definitely, for some reason, they were interfering with their own little fucking bait and stuff. Like, there was the one dude who looked exactly like this. Fucking, he was, I was dating a girl who looked like them. I think we were dating. I mean, we were fucking hanging out all day for fucking months and shit. It was pretty much dating. Um, it's better than dating. That's better than marriage when you're hanging out with someone because that's what you want to do. Married people and people are dating don't even like each other as far as I can see and shit. Everyone I know had kids, didn't want kids, but they brought kids into this world because they're too lazy to get an abortion or something. Fucking, I don't know. Too lazy to go find a coat hanger and do it for fucking $1.50. I wouldn't. They're too stupid to figure out where kids come from, so they have accidents, and thus the world is populated with bots. Is the story here and shit. Fucking. But that happened, and they talked to me, or yeah, they called me one day, and they're like, "No, I'm hanging out with that person. I'm not going to. We're not going to hang out anymore." And I'm just like, okay, see you later and shit. Fucking. Then they created some elaborate story to excuse why they're two people, the female and the male, who were both like, one was like my girlfriend and one was my best friend, why they never talked to me again. But at the same time, it was these two people who are the leader of these cults who are altering everyone's life on the planet and genociding everyone. And one of those methods is to prevent people like me from going anywhere in life, dating anyone I want. They do that to other people. I was being forced to read these things when I was a kid, and I didn't want nothing to do with it because it was trashy. No one was explaining to me, like how I have documentaries and lists of these people, and it's pretty much everyone who owns everything. It's a list of everyone who owns everything and shit and is allowed to say anything, do anything, own anything. Like everyone on TV right now, the people saying something happened with the fires in LA. That's Mel Gibson. He looks exactly like this, and the people fucking Gibson is saying is behind the fires looks exactly like this. The broccoli heads and shit, fucking, they look cursed as fuck, dude. They look cursed for a reason, because God, when you create a video game or a movie and you have evil characters in it, you fucking design the evil characters to look like trash. And that's why their fucking trash religion tries to tell you the devil is beautiful. It's because everyone who is beautiful on the inside. Well, maybe not everyone, but if you're ugly on the inside, you end up looking like this. And when the game caricature is made, fucking, and you can't tell me this isn't like the most disgusting fucking acting person in the world's fucking history and shit. And they happen to have the most disgusting look in the world's fucking history that you're allowed to see, because even they themselves will cover up their looks. Like with the Amon Ra bird mask and shit like that, because they know fucking they don't want to see that. Lady Gaga, fucking, Marilyn Manho, that fucking ugly male fucking had to do the shit that they're known for today on the internet. When you get that fat grease ball pic and they just take a picture of their head so you can't see their neck and their body, and you know right away that that's like a 300-pound gorilla. Fucking, they're like the inventors of this shit back in their pyramid days, wearing masks to cover their faces up and shit. Fucking, lo and behold, they are the Faucis behind the mask too now, aren't they? Fucking. Unfortunately, but you can still see them. I mean, you put a mask on those people, they have the same face. Like, it's like, and it stretches the mask out. Like, the only anti-mask protest I went to, you could tell the people behind the mask leading it were the people who were behind the mask, period. They were behind the anti-mask, just like they run the Nazis in the BLM. Do they look black? Why are they running the BLM? Do they look European? Why do they look like blonde hair, blue eye Nazis? Why does Hitler run the Nazis? And why does Goebbels run the Nazis? Why does Zelensky run the Nazis? If they're blonde hair, blue eye, master race, it's because the master race is the only fucking people on this planet allowed to go around saying any of this shit. If you are in control, then no one else is allowed to do anything like that. That's why no one else is allowed to have a religion, and they control all the religions and anti-religions. Fucking. Well, technically the reason is because humans are dipshits and morons and terrorists themselves, and they're willing to fucking be lesser terrorists in order to be part of terrorism. Like, they're having their children on accident. The only reason these people have children, most people have children on purpose, is because they're breeding more Nazis so they can steal more land and resources. You can easily see that, but come on. Why does someone even have children? It's a 12-year-old girl who's trying to fill some black hole in her heart because she's fucking useless, doing nothing her whole fucking life. Or and someone's taught her that a child's gonna fill that empty hole in her soul and shit. Instead of teaching her that if she stops eating Cheetos and doing nothing all day, that she might fucking actually enjoy life, and teaching her that a kid's just gonna wreck your fucking life like it always does. That's the only thing I can think of. I've never met a person who said they did it for more than an accident, but I have seen people online, spreading the propaganda, like at the Trumper websites, the pre-Trump websites and all that, the Nazi websites. They talk about stop watching porno because they want to bait you. They want you to, like, get addicted to the first female they send you, so you can't, you're just like, but yeah, it's a female, let's go marry it and spend our life with it, fucking, and then have some children to fight soldiers, which is like a real intricate thing for them actually to marry their way into your life, and to spread all this propaganda so they can, they're the ones creating the porn, and they're the Nazis, okay? So, he has sex with females on his show, like because he owns the government, and everyone else refuses to do anything about these people fucking running and owning everything and worships them instead. They've literally legalized prostitution on his website, on his radio show, fucking, which is also a video show, but literally that's them controlling it all the way. And so then they tell you, if you want to be part of the Nazi group, to fucking, not masturbate and have a family and lots of kids. And then what they do is they do to you what they did to me. They send their women into your life because they're an alien race who's been stalking us for thousands of years to breed us out and shit. Like I'm assuming they targeted my dad with and shit, because my dad wasn't one of these people who would force me to worship them. Although he worked for Jeffrey, don't get jealous, you guys do too, but he worked like directly for people with Jeffrey Epstein and shit, so everyone does, but he just fucking was intelligent and competent, so he made it to the top. He probably sold out, right? But doesn't everyone fucking? And then what you get is they send a person who looks like that into your life to rape you, to be your wife or lover, and now your family's dead for all of eternity, and they've taken over your nation. And that's the way they work and operate. That's why their signs are everywhere across the fucking planet. That's why everyone worships them as God. That's why China fucking is communist, because, well, I can't say for sure that happened in China, but you can see all the stars in Hollywood. Anyone who doesn't look like them, very few people, because at this point in time, the whole government, like everyone Trump just had up there, is this God's chosen race. God has chosen them to rape and enslave the planet and look disgusting as fuck while doing it. And be total fucking trash. God chose them. Except for there is no God showing up on Earth. There is no fucking... Because if there were, there wouldn't be them fucking being able to do all this shit and getting in the way of people's lives, enslaving children and forcing children to worship them, mutilating children and stuff like that. So... And you've never had any proof your Santa Claus or your God exist. So what happened, or whichever God you believe in, all fucking 18 they invented. Yeah. Did you find the real one yet? I think I found the real 2 billion of them. I don't think when you give them that money, they burn it as an offering so God can inhale the weed smoke, the money smoke. I think they just take the money and buy more child prostitutes and soldiers, mercenaries to go steal land. They probably hire the same losers they're going to kill to go fucking kill for them, which, yeah, I'd say so. I'd assume, because they don't fight wars. If you know one of them, if you know someone involved in those cults who fought a war, even if they're married to them, I assume they marry into that person just to go send them off to war, to steal land for them, and then to die, to kill them off, and then they're left with the child, and the child's going to be fucking fucked. The child's going to start with the mutilation, rape ritual, then it's going to enslave it and prevent it from fucking doing anything and going anywhere. It's going to start drugging it and shit with methamphetamines and shit to fry its brain. Like, this is what their people do, and this is why they own everything. This is what they do in the life. And this is why we can easily assume why they're in our lives doing it all the time. Fucking, because they're just invented as real disgusting fucking pieces of shit. What do you think? What type a piece of shit would go around the planet saying their God chose their race to rule the planet? Nazi fucking terrorists and shit. Like, you literally, shit, they're not even going around saying our race is the greatest. So obviously that's probably because they're scared, and anyone in the world could fucking just punch them out if they went around saying that. So they have to use those passive aggressive vagina terms all the time. But it does seem to work better too, so they probably figured that out as well. But I think that I'm pretty sure the reason why they're kidnapping me when I'm trying to dance with black girls, or fucking interrupting me with dumb shit when I'm trying to talk to European males, or when I'm telling European males about them fucking always being there and in the way of fucking everyone's lives and shit. That's weird they would show up there, because you would if they were actually living beings with thoughts, you would think they would back out of that conversation. Although, where's that conversation going to lead if I'm allowed to sit around and talk to a non-disgusting human about people who look like this? Why are they all in my life and raping me and forcing their way into my life and forcing me to have sex with them and making it so I can't be friends with or date or marry anyone else but them, but the rapist fucking people. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would just have like 40 years of these people, like every fucking stop. Like, even when I go on the West Coast, like I said, they're fucking like some sort of bot shapeshifters. Fucking, they be appearing on the West Coast and talk to me about my personal life, and they would walk up and say snide remarks and shit, because I'm at BLM to fucking record them being the ones burning down the cities and shit, pretty much, fucking, because I knew that was going to be all I was going to be able to do. Fucking, it's not like I didn't invent that, and I'm sure they know that too. It's probably part of the story about how their people fucking are, been drugging and enslaving me since birth. I'm sure that's part of it, is their fear that someone was going to put an end to their shit. Fucking, why else would they do it, right? If I was not a threat, why would you fucking try to kill and enslave someone since they're a child? Fucking, clearly. I mean, they do that to everyone. I'm sure, I mean, the one or two girls I dated who didn't look like fucking deformed broccoli heads and shit, fucking, or unfortunately family members still, but the one or two I did, fucking, I noticed it was a little bit different there. Anyways, yeah, so I still had that question about those people, simply for the fact because I tested it later in life, and they're like, yeah, you're not allowed to hang out with black people, like we can't let you do that and stuff. We gotta make sure you only have sex with and be friends with us. That's pretty much what they're saying, and that's what they've been doing the whole time. They don't have to say it, but they came up to me on the West Coast in Portland when I was recording them burn down the fucking Portland area, fucking, and they were like, you don't really, like, some stranger girl of theirs fucking came up to me and was like, you don't really like black girls, do you? And it's like, what does this have to do with girls? Like, I'm not even expecting girls to come out here and help me fucking kill you off and shit. Fucking, this is Black Lives Matter. This ain't black girls fucking matter and shit. Fucking, why are you even involving girls in it? It's because they know that their people have been fucking preventing me from being around anyone I want to be my whole fucking life, and forcing trash into my life. A low IQ fucking do nothing. I mean, they're real lazy trash. Their entire existence, all they do is fucking sit around and have people fan them and carry them through the desert and shit. And I mean, he's like 90 pounds and he's like 7 foot fucking tall and shit. The only reason Joe Rogan looks any different is because somewhere they found fucking steroids and shit. And thank God that's going to kill his ass, but way too fucking late. I mean, that Stephen Hawking died way too fucking late. They're all dying way too late. The fact they're even allowed to breathe is one breath too fucking long for people raping their way into your fucking life and altering your fucking life of anyone on the fucking planet. And I'm sure I'm not the only one, because they're doing it to everyone. They're the real Americans. They raped and killed all the fucking Americans. And how'd they do that? Well, they were the Europeans. How'd they become the Europeans if they're not European? They raped and killed all the Europeans. Fucking, how did they become Middle Easterners if they're not Middle Easterners? Well, they raped and killed all the Middle Easterners. Fucking, how'd they become the Egyptians if they're not anything else they say they are either? Well, they probably raped and killed all those people and shit. Definitely from the looks of them. I mean, clearly they had sex with their slaves in Africa and shit. Fucking, but I digress. Fucking, Oh, it's just sick that these people are allowed to do those, and they're using their little fucking Bible cults to do this shit. And once you start getting educated, you'll notice that I mean these are fucking demons who have been fucking whatever you want to call them. They're just fucking a disease. They're fucking walking AIDS. Look at that, and that's vomit in a fucking human form, like. And I'm sure they were created this way and they're not choosing that form themselves because why would you choose to look like the trash you actually are if you're trying to conquer and dominate and enslave the world and shit? Fucking and like he needs his millions of dollars to pay for prostitutes to come on his radio show. Um, so I mean, this is the type of people I have to have rape their way into my life and force me to not do nothing. Like, literally, they come into your life and prevent you from doing shit. So, they're. This is the best they have to offer. Einstein isn't a genius. He stole someone's idea and said genocide the fucking Asians and the Germans so they could fucking take it over. And they've been doing that everywhere they go. Fucking, he's not a genius. This dude's smarter than Einstein. He actually made a business. He fucking has prostitutes on the radio and plays the sounds of them getting fucked, and then talks about going and genociding fucking all the people who don't look like him and shit to steal their fucking land because God said he needs that land. This is one of the real. This is a Christian right here, right? This is who their people are. Fucking, this is where the Bible comes from. This is who they are in reality. This is why on his radio show he needs to go secure that Bible land for his racist Nazi clan. Fucking, this is what it's all about. It's not about. Is anyone actually convinced that there's some invisible guy in the sky who's running around being like, oh yeah, we should have these people rape and murder and fucking not allow you to date anyone you want, and you're gonna have to be forced to have sex with people like that. Fucking total trash on the outside, total trash on the inside. That's what you need. That's why they gotta spread that propaganda. You know, looks don't matter, and they send you can fall in love with anyone. It's like, no, you don't. If you're a real living being with thoughts, you know what the fuck you want, and that's what you want. And you can end up with someone because you've convinced yourself you can stay around them. But in the end, who do they end up being when you become educated? They end up being broccoli head motherfuckers who had no purpose in your fucking life. The only reason I would date people fucking I didn't like is they forced my way is because I knew I was in I knew before I tested it. I was like, oh, there's something happening there. I couldn't meet a person who was intelligent enough to do the things I did. Like, females supposedly just started doing that, and I really doubt they do, because they all lie whenever I meet them in order to get with me, and generally they're these people trying to rape their way into my fucking life and shit. Unwanted people lying to get with me repeatedly over and over. Is that reality? I know fucking dudes because I only know them, and this is what they do. They do go around fucking everybody, and then they have a girlfriend, and then they try to fuck everyone they can find. That's what these people do. Literally, they're Romans. You know, they're the people who go around trying to impregnate everyone so their people can fucking enslave the planet and shit. Except for, we might have a logical reason for why they don't just erase people, because they've had that chance to do that repeatedly. And why would you erase people if you're going to end up waking up next to a man-woman who looks like this every day? You better keep the other fuckers alive and shit. Other than that, your life is gonna be over and shit. It's called karma. Fucking, you kill everyone who doesn't look like you if you look like that, and you're never gonna have another good day of life at all, because you're gonna be fucking puking every time you wake up next to a female and shit. Marilyn Manho and shit. Better get some plastic surgery, and then the good thing is this bitch is gonna die of cancer after she does that too. Fucking stay cursed and not curse yourself more with baits that seem to be fucking set and shit. Fucking I think that right there is a good trap too for stupid people who aren't them. Are there any people who aren't them? Because in USA, this trash has all been working together. It takes the whole fucking city to try to drug me. It takes the whole nation. How the fuck did the federal government not come in and shoot all those fuckers drugging kids? I'm the president. You tell me people are drugging and mutilating kids. I go out there personally and fucking blow their head off with a shotgun and shit. We ain't gonna have drugging children. Oh, it's a part of the government now. I'll blow the whole fucking heads off and shit. I'll shoot their heads fucking till there ain't even fucking blood drops in the fucking area it used to lay at and shit. What the fuck type of person allows these people to do this shit? Fucking, that's what happens. It's a slippery slope when you fucking worship fucking trash and shit. Fucking pedophile. Like, I don't even know what would be an average I guess it's just, America's America because they're fucking predators who killed off people who live in tents in the fucking desert and shit like that. And there's nothing you can do about it. You're living in a tent, they have alien weaponry and shit. And they're banded together, and they're vicious fucking pigs. Not everyone. I don't even know if anyone else on the planet is vicious pigs like them. All I know is them, but for the most part, and I do know pretty much. I know everyone who is highly suspect of being them. I mean, obviously Italian is Roman and all that shit. Fucking so are them. Fucking, but everyone in my life who like definitely look like them, which was most people, fucking they definitely knew what they were doing and shit the whole time. Fucking they had talking about they always, like, I just met one the other day. I'm not sure if he's trying to brag as if I'm too stupid to know who he is or some shit. Because it's like, I know who you are. You don't allow me to fucking be around anyone who's not your ugly, deformed trash ass. So I'm just accepting this right now and shit, fucking. Until we can remove your ass from the fucking planet and fucking replace it with people who are valuable and worth something. Fucking. It's real fucking easy to tell who they are. And most people are, I assume if there were other people out there who are living beings and not part of their bloodline, you're fucked because you're a rare person and a high chance they've raped their way into your life. They don't like black people. Apparently, whatever they really are, it probably makes them look like this, because I'm going to assume when they enslaved Egypt that what they did was they took the other Africans and enslaved them, and then thus began world domination, then moving north and conquering probably using those slaves to conquer the Middle East and force the Bible trilogy on them. And then you get out here and people are like, oh, those are Europeans. Like, no, they're not. They say they're Middle Easterners. And they look like it, too. Except for they don't. They look like white people who've raped black people and shit, don't they? Probably because that's what they were doing in those pyramids and shit. Some people think they look Asiatic, but I don't really give a shit what they look like. I know they're there, raping their way into our lives, and anyone who's on board with that needs fucking genocided themselves. They need their DNA removed from the planet. How the fuck you even gonna be on board with people who are going around forcing us to date them, forcing us to marry them, forcing us to befriend them. Anyone who doesn't, it instantly, if you ask a room full of people, fucking, hey, what would you guys do if there were people going around the world raping their way into our lives, forcing us to have sex with, marry them, and become their family and have children with them? And prevent us from going anywhere in life and forcing us to worship them as gods, or they're going to abuse us more than they already do for fun 24/7, and then mutilating them and teaching them to install plastic in their body so they can die of cancer like these people need to do. Fucking, and these people have to do the plastic surgery in order to fit in with humans. So if you walk in a room and ask that, anyone who doesn't immediately say, fucking, what would you do with, like, would you kiss and coddle them, or would you get rid of them? They've been doing that for thousands of years. Anyone who doesn't immediately say, people who have that sort of attitude need to be removed from the planet is part of it. Fucking, it's not a human thing to go around and be like, oh, it's great, rapists and enslavers and fucking, on a supreme, sick, pedophile, fucking destroy your entire existence, prevent you from going anywhere and doing anything. Your entire life is useless. You might as well suicide the second you're born to escape them, except for the fact they got their fucking little cults in play there, and with all the technology that's not available because their master cult says you must stay alive because you're a mule who must be a slave to them. So anyone who doesn't agree with shit like that right away, you can just get the fuck rid of them and shit. Fucking anyone who agrees with something like that, fucking, man, that's just how, dude, that's not even, that's so disgusting. They don't even make that in movies. I mean, obviously they don't make, there's one or two things here or there. Every word that describes who and what's going on this earth, there is no laws against. Fucking, there is no laws against one race enslaving your planet and genociding everyone and raping there's no law against people raping their way into your life to destroy your fucking family or your wants or your goals. There is child slave labor laws, but it's like they've invented ways around that and stuff because there's still kids working, and then their little Bible supremacy books, they teaches them to get rid of the parent who's not part of them, and then uses the other parent to enslave them and mutilate them and torture and drug them. Fucking very interesting. It's all fucking parables. Yeah, it is. It is. It's fucking neo-Nazi fucking pussy supremacy and shit. Bunch of dirty fucking aliens running around the fucking planet and enslaving the planet. And how, like, with them teleporting across the map, how do they breed with humans? Is that because all the humans are in on it and the humans already know that there's some trash ass fucking terrorist bot race? Fucking, I mean, because that's a hell of a lot of them who have to be involved with the times to try to kill me and drug me, like, repeatedly my whole fucking life. That's a hell of a lot of trash ass humans involved in that shit, isn't it? Do they know they're non existent bot trash and they're in a war against the living being on the planet and shit? And because they're non existent bot trash, they don't have thoughts and they can't figure out where that's going to go for them. Fucking, because who would design them as non existent fucking characters in a game? And for what purpose would that be? Fucking, I guess we got to pass kindergarten before we can, and a bunch of other grades before we can figure that one out. Or even get to that question. Can we even figure that question out? There's a hell of a lot of people involved. These bot motherfuckers are everywhere fucking causing the problems and shit. Fucking, they've been up in my life forever. I think the only times that I might think they didn't do anything bad was when they were trying to force me to go to church to worship them and shit. And they used a whore to fucking take me to church, and the whore disappeared and shit. Fucking as if I'm gonna keep going to church fucking without her when she's forcing me to worship her little fucking disease looking friends and shit. Fucking her little rapist fucking pedophile fucking anti-existent bot species trying to enslave living beings on the planet. Fucking that's sick that these fuckers are allowed to go around. All their fucking the Christians are fucking them for the most part. They're walking around the streets threatening to kill and torture people forever and shit if they don't worship them as gods. And then that book goes into fucking once they rape you and once they rape one of your parents and have you, you gotta worship your parent and shit too. That's why they have to have that, because that book's a blueprint for fucking genocide and racial supremacy. It's both. It calls for the extinction of the fucking Northerners so much, which to them, pagan means heathen pagan means everyone who's not them. Obviously, the pagans must be trash because they're good people who make talk shows where they have sex with prostitutes so you can hear the sounds of the prostitutes whining and moaning and stuff. And then they run the government outlawing that for everyone else. But because they're rich, they're Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, they can do what they want because they're the judicial system. They can do whatever they want and shit. Fucking. That was funny though. That's funny when they died. Did they set that up? You gotta wonder, like, were they just aliens setting that up? Because who gave me the $1 million before that scumbag died? And, I mean, do they even die? You know what I'm saying? Like that looked fake to me. Fucking. But their entire existence looks fake to me too, and it's like that's legit, you know. Like I'm the opposite of. I'm like, you know, a genius. I'm not stupid. Fucking. So if something doesn't look right, it's because it probably isn't right. Probably isn't happening like that. Like those houses burned down in L.A. That wasn't fire. That was something else. They wouldn't show pictures of fire. They're either just deleted out of the fucking game or they use like energy rays or some shit. I went out there. There's no fucking fire. There's a suit in my car though. That was weird though. I didn't see fire. They said it was over here and over there, and then over the ocean the sky was red, as if the ocean was on fire somewhere way out there in China. So that was fake, obviously. But what isn't fake is me having to be alive here. And I've been enslaved by these fuckers since my birth and shit. I mean, forced to be with people who have no right to be around me. People I shouldn't be around at all. Fucking, obviously, catching them, forcing me to be with people. When I'm like choosing my own people, you know, like I would specifically date black people to make sure I don't ever have to see these people again. There's nothing wrong with them to me and shit. The only thing wrong is I want my own culture, like my culture, not, you know, not cracker culture. Fucking, they're too lazy and stupid to fucking be part of my culture and shit. Fucking, which I guess is why I never liked any of them, because they're living in like the fucking ancient Roman times and shit mentally, and doesn't go anywhere. Fucking, these people are living in the Egyptian times where they just want to sit around and be fanned and carried through the desert. Oh, so sweltering hot. Oh, so hot. Bring me some water. Fetch me some water, please. Fucking, like, this is like literally the personality I've had to deal with, except for, you know, that one girl, which they happen to be there, and they happen to come in between us, too. Like, the girl I actually liked that I got to be with and shit in my life. I think that was possible considering they were standing beside the other people I was with, because I ditched them as my male friends at one point. I could escape these people. Like, you know, at one point in time, they were my family, and then they ended up being, I like ran away because they're fucking enslaving me and shit for like 14 fucking years. And, starts the pedophile rape ritual, mutilation ritual, and then goes into the rest of their slavery and preventing you from going anywhere. You win awards from the president. They fucking start drugging you to fry your mind and shit because you weren't supposed to do anything. You were supposed to fucking become a nobody trash, fucking serving them burgers and shit. So they do to their own people, and once they rape their way into the family, they probably do it to their own people. I mean, it's not like this is something they choose to do. This is who they are. They are child rapists. They are diseased. This is why it flows out their hair follicles. It flows out their face. It flows out their fucking mouth. It flows into every piece of work they ever fucking do because it is them. It's just like when I go do something, it's done. It's done well. Like, I might mess up once or twice, but other than that, I'm inventing some damn new shit that fucking advances it further. That's how I win awards from the president and get 110% in every class and shit. Because when I do something, I don't just do it right 100%. I do it better than right. Fucking, and it seems to be these people are involved in a direct concerted effort to make sure that none of that rightness ever actually fucking happens. And I was already being educated a long time ago before baiting them to see if this was the reason why one Nazi race was in my life when I don't like Nazis and I don't like one race. Fucking, like one whole race. At that point in time, I didn't dislike any race except for maybe crackers. Fucking, but I didn't realize, these are the crackers in America and shit. These are the people in my life who are trash. These are the people who have been going around fucking talking to me about blowing up the planet and shit. Fucking, they're the ones claiming to be Europeans, fucking, because they killed them. So, where there ain't none here and shit. Fucking, what's the chance there's actually some across seas and shit? If they have their Ku Klux Klan symbols on their fucking flags over there and shit. Fucking, yeah, this is crazy, dude. And like my whole life has obviously been just like a farce of some Nazi fucking race and nation setting up shit, forcing things to go like real fucking bad, and me to hate every fucking second of having to be here, being raped by them. Like it's pretty much rape when you force your people into someone's life to marry them and date them. That is rape. This is who these are. These are rapists. Like, duh, what type of person has a fucking TV show where they have prostitutes on? That way they can fucking find a way to have sex legally and shit. Fucking rapists. They're animal rapists. Like the one I know who looked exactly like this fucking was an animal rapist and shit. Fucking openly telling you about it. They think it's great. Fucking, they've talked about that shit here, legalizing, making the penalties less harsh. They're the people fucking trying to chop off men's wieners because they want every man, they want sex with every man on the planet because it's just animals and men for the men, women for the women. I mean, I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't want to have sex with them either, but that's the problem, is we're being forced to and shit. And it's like, dude, like so many people in my life fucking, it's like everyone shouldn't have been there and stuff. And why did they all look exactly like this if they shouldn't have been in my life? They caused nothing but fucking problems, drugging me, trying to hold me back, forcing me to be with people I shouldn't be around at all, have no fucking right. Can you imagine just a normal trash KKK member going around thinking that they have the right to or a reason to talk to an intelligent person, date them, marry them, have children with them. What the fuck are we gonna talk about? I'm gonna talk about shit they can't even admit is real. I'll be like, I'm working on the computer today. This trash literally fucking gets this attitude. I'll be like, I'm working on the computer today. Like, I'm tired of the computer. It's stupid. I'm busy. I'm running for president. They're like, you're trash. You can't be president. It's like, yeah, your people don't want me to, do ya? Yeah. I could be president. I was winning awards from the president when I was 4. But you couldn't even pass kindergarten when you're 80. Why is that? So, but you can be president. Your people can be president, but I can't. Your people accidentally gave me awards when I was a child. You probably didn't know who I was yet, but your people accidentally gave me awards when I was a child. And, I mean, I always say it was garbage, but, I mean, look at all the other grades I got. So it's not like it was undeserved. But it's like these people are like raping their way into our lives and trying to keep everyone down as low as they can because they have no chance in hell of going anywhere in the world. That's why Elon Musk needs to fill his fucking SpaceX with foreigners and shit, because Americans are those fucking Middle Easterners occupying America. They don't have a chance in hell of doing anything or going anywhere. They're not gonna fucking raise an intelligent child. They magically, they had an accident after 6,000 years of being fucking the world's fucking largest trash. They're gonna have a fucking child that's smart and can do something. Why didn't it happen before? Oh, they had Einstein. You mean the genocidal killer who never said or did anything of value, but simply said, I'm the master race, worship me. And, well, I'd say morons, but USA is these goddamn dirty fucking scumbags. There ain't no Europeans here. These are the people who genocided the Native Americans. That's what fucking... You cut his hair off here, and who do you have besides my fucking grandma? Which is weird, because bitch did look like a dude, but dude looks like a bitch. Fucking doesn't look like a lady, I'll tell you that. Fucking, that looks like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and shit. Fucking, they had them weird, lumpy, fucking Rothschild faces and shit. You just couldn't tell because they was homos who wore wigs and shit, fucking to cover up who they are and stuff. That really helps if you go around the world with a wig and you're a white person. Especially if you don't have white people hair, fucking, because you better cut that off or people might fucking notice who you are and shit. But they're always bragging. That's why they put the fucking cross on the KKK and shit. And if you know these people, like, I've never met anyone, I don't think as far as friends, maybe the dude who claimed he was German. Not that I believe him, because everyone else seems to be forced in my way. But, he's a German Nazi who refuses to tell me anything of intellectual value about the thing he's in and just talks shit about. Pretty much says dumb shit that makes me fucking find his little Nazi cult fucking disgusting and shit. It's like, you should say something intelligent if you want people to join your cause there, fucking. It's almost like he was there. But I was being taught by those books at the time about these people doing this shit that they were doing in my life. Not those books, but like it was like music and shit. Fucking, but that shit was being like forced into my life to like understand this stuff and who these people are, and like every step of the fucking way and shit. Like the whole fact that I'm out in the street fucking documenting, recording them, I don't think that had anything to do with me of wanting to do that. I don't know exactly how I ended up knowing completely, but I can tell you like 20, 30 years before I figured out that they're all up in our lives and preventing us from being around people. and forcing other people into our lives that, that have to trick us into thinking they're our friends and our wives and our family and shit. Fucking, they even have religion. Their religion, the master race religion, has that. It's the story of Esther, to rape your way into other people's fucking lives and shit. And they brag too. They brag they know I was fucking royal blood when I was a kid, which I think means they know I'm God. So they wouldn't tell me either. They would always be hush hush. So it's like, damn, you're a fucking terrorist, pedophile, degenerate piece of real fucking trash. The type of trash the only type of trash I would ever say, that this planet, like, no, nothing like that should even exist. Fucking, they've known I'm God all the time, apparently, or at least that's what they've been saying, claiming and shit. I don't see them dying, so I don't see them being replaced. I don't see an end to their shit. I don't see their shit ending, and I don't see why it would have ever begun if I were actually God and shit. Because I wouldn't have let it happen if I knew anything was happening. When I was a kid, I could have kept stabbing people and shit when I wanted to. Wouldn't have been a problem. Fucking. But damn, I think everyone in my life was like, looking back, fucking, even when I was like a preteen, like the people who were in my life were them, and sometimes just as unwanted. But it's like, oh, like I wasn't allowed to do anything because those people don't let you do anything if you're not one of them and on their side. They're trying to drug you and rape their way into your life. And they might be doing that to their own people, but I don't give a shit about their own people because their people are the fucking enemy. Even though they're there the whole time. Like, you gotta be careful with your wife and your friends who are there to provide for you, because you don't need anyone to provide for you. What they need is people who think they need them to provide for them. You don't need food. You don't need a whore. You don't need fucking friends. Fucking, but they have all that fucking, I mean, their book be telling you gotta have a family, and then they be telling the Nazis, stop masturbating, so they get the whole right wing. I mean, just using the term Nazi without putting a real definition on it. Obviously, the left wing's Nazis too, because this dude probably says he's a liberal while fucking calling to blow up the Middle East so his people can own the last piece of land on earth. One of their fucking racial supremacist cults isn't occupying. That's the difference between Palestine and most other countries, is every other country already worships them, but this is just one small group. They don't even have a government, so they can't worship them. Like China worships them, even though they'd be like, we're not going to let your religion in. It's like, well, they invented communism for you, and Buddhism sounds so stupid. You can only assume ignorance. Ignorance fucking looks like ignorance. And have you ever seen this person do anything that wasn't ignorant? Fucking no. Before even knowing, I thought I was dumbass, blonde, blonde hair, blue eyes, Swedish and Germans, like they told me to run USA, and I was like, USA is trash, ignorant fucking trash. Turns out to be, who is USA? It's these pyramid people and shit. Fucking, it doesn't fucking change what needs to be done to them. It just changes fucking the facts. I mean, it really compounds it more. It's like you're born knowing USA and the stuff in USA, the people in USA are fucking just a disease to the entire fucking world and shit. That cancer to existence of reality, and fucking going around genocide, and just fucking everything they do is just like, Okay, so when I came here, what were the biggest fucking issues besides their mass genocide? I guess they started real fast with the drugging me and shit, and trying to prevent fucking me from doing anything, including once I started winning awards from the president, preventing me from doing shit like that by drugging me. That's fucked up, dude. Like, I'm sure that's why they did it. I mean, this is their entire personality, their attitude. Why else would they go around and start drugging a child and shit? They have excuses for everything, but they're the trash, raping children at birth and mutilating them, and then genociding the planet and going to school and taking money and then going and killing everyone on the planet. So they're obviously targeting people to kill them if they're too smart. Because if you're just a little bit smart, a little bit capable, you can go way further than their people can, because their people have nothing, no look to back it up. They have to spend 2 hours in the makeup room to look like Marilyn Monroe, who didn't even look good in the first place. It's just their people. Like, that's the best they can get. It's like, ooh, it's a gerbil who doesn't have its hair all charred and burnt off, and one leg chopped off, and half its tail chopped off. That's a mighty fine gerbil there and shit. Fuck him. That's disgusting. This fucking earth has allowed humans to be going around doing this shit. But then again, I am in U.S. gay, where they've been lying to me about who they are the whole time in order to enslave and deceive me. So maybe it's not like that everywhere, but you can openly see the other nations have their little KKK cross on them and shit. And fucking, well, I mean, that's their bug. They can own it. What are they trying to do? Convince me? What are they trying to do? Scapegoat me as God when they do one or two things I say? Fucking, which I'm mostly calling them out to put their face on what they do. So fucking the humans had a chance to fucking have a redemption arc for themselves. Fucking, which they chose non-redemption arc. Fucking, which is proves that, and what we've seen all along, they were fucking working with them to do the drugging and the separating and the forced relationships and things that shouldn't exist like that. But here I am 40 years later, thanks to this fucking American race. Never done a thing I want. I'd like to die fucking a few years ago. That would have been nice. To not have to keep living. They've had their 40 years of slavery with me. They're liable not to get any more, and I'm liable to fucking eliminate more of them if they keep it up. I think if I'm going to have to be forced, I'm going to have to assume that's like part of the game. It's like I have to eliminate them because there's some devil motherfuckers walking along the planet. Fucking. My life's not going to be able to change or ever be good. I'm never going to not have the memory of. Not have the feeling that I'll never be able to be around anyone I want to be, and worried about every person who comes and talks to me as if they're related to these people fucking ready to deceive and enslave me. I'll never be able to go back in time and get the time that they took from me the last 40 years. Fucking. But what I can do is, in case another living being comes to this game, we can attempt to remove them so they aren't causing any more problems for anyone else. I'm not sure. Obviously, they want to go steal more land. Like they're just going to steal whatever land all the time. That's all they do. That's why they own every nation. And genocide, and all those people are dead. There's no Americans left. They killed them all. And this is like the 200th nation they've been to, so I'm sure they're the real Italians somehow, but they're from fucking they have that pyramid symbol. They're the real Middle Easterners, yet they have the pyramid symbol from Africa. So obviously they erased the Italians completely almost, because they are them somehow. So when they say they're Europeans, I don't really want to waste my time traveling through Europe to, see. But anyways, this is fucked up. I hope this shit comes back on these people, but except for at the same time, there's no reason for them to keep being alive. Like, forcing people to have relations. I mean, these people would love to be. There isn't anyone they wouldn't have sex with. Fucking. These people would love to be forced into a relationship with someone they didn't like. 'Cause I don't think there is anyone there's no dogs and animals they don't like. I don't think. But I don't know. What do you do to pay back like some alien race who's been enslaving you and manipulating you your whole life and fucking forcing people around you who shouldn't be there, sexually and all that shit, fucking relationship wise? What do you do to someone like that? I say it's pretty easy. You don't allow people like that. You don't allow anyone on the planet to act like that, and what are you gonna do? Get on their media and tell them to stop owning all the media too and shit? Fucking. It's an all or nothing game to them. Like, they got the Samson option. And that's why they had the slaves of America build them nukes and armies and defenses over there at their base. Apparently, they're worried that someone was going to catch on someday. So someone was going to get smart enough to realize fucking Santa Claus ain't real. Imagine that. That took a long time for the human race to evolve from monkeys to something with a thought. I always thought monkeys could have had thoughts, but I guess not and shit. Their last resort seems to be with this Bible, though. It seems to be they made this shit up to fucking to try to manipulate me and shit. Like, that's weird. Like, how do you even know what I'm gonna look like when I come here? At least that's what they convinced me, and I figure they're trying to scapegoat me and set it up, because I'm not the one who teleports across the map and shape shifts like the pedophiles do and shit. Fucking. So I don't have that magic power that Elon Musk and Donald Trump and Joe Biden and Barack Obama have. I don't get to do what their lazy do nothing people do when it comes to teleporting across the map. I either gotta walk it or I gotta get a car or a plane. But magically people, their clones and shit are appearing, causing all these problems across the fucking map and shit the whole time I've fucking been here and shit. So I'm gonna assume like the game here is they're just some alien devil fucking race, species, fucking. I mean, clearly, like, what did the ones they keep around who don't look like them are like bots they created. They have this thing called Golem they talk about. So it's like puppet is like flesh puppets, which explains why all the humans in USA. You could explain why all the humans in USA are like brain dead bots who they shut down in 2020 and could make dance around every time I ask what was going on and shit, because they're non-living beings. And who's controlling them? That'd be odd if, like, really what's controlling everything is the pedophile fucking rapist preventing me from preventing the living being from having any life and doing anything they want. Fucking. But we should get rid of this thinking. No one should be allowed, and everyone should start pointing it out. All these things. Let's start with their threats and blackmail, and dismantle the KKK that way. They're not gonna. There's no afterlife. It's a video game. Afterlife is we erase our memories and go back to the real world. This place here is a game with a quest line where an evil alien race has enslaved the fucking planet. And apparently you're the only one who can fucking even figure it out, even though everyone else is working for them. Of course, they're always scapegoating each other, just like I'm kind of helping them right now escape their fate for working for these people. If there is any people who aren't them, because in USA, look how many there are. I traveled the whole nation, and I was surprised because all the lies were telling me that some other people lived on this continent, when in fact it was only these people. And the further west I got, the more of that there was. When I went northwest, like the entire city looked exactly like Howard Stern with straight hair. Like every single person, it's like they just had sex with each other. Like two cousins had, or like 10, 20 cousins just had sex with each other repeatedly, like 10 years ago and 20, 30 years ago. It was like weird. I never seen nothing so cohesive like that. There's definitely a reason they have fucking battleship military bases in that city, because that's one of those sleeper cell cities and shit. It's not like Cali in Texas where they let foreigners come in so they can make them do slave labor and shit. That's why these people, like Elon Musk has shown you, that's why these people do that. That's why these people brought the Africans here to do slave labor. That's why they enslaved the Irish and brought them here to do slave labor. That's why they keep the borders open. I don't really care about borders, but Elon Musk told you that and shit. He needs those people because his people can't do anything. He's not even building that shit. Fucking. He said that himself. He needs those people Zuckerberg needs other people to build social media web pages for him. He stole that shit. Fucking Gates as well. He needed someone else to make that shit for him, and it's still garbage. And he still has he doesn't do any actual work or coding. But that's who it is we're dealing with. I mean, shit, like I said, I know fucking people who worked in the government, and they outsourced the government's work. All that information, they outsource that shit to China and shit. Fucking. And yet they're using the government to tell you how evil China is and shit. And they're literally, the government's outsourcing its important information work to China to do for them, because it's cheaper. Fucking, this is getting repetitive here, because I've had to live through it. Fucking man, and you guys think any of this trash fucking is going to like say anything about this? Like, why are you talking about it? Fucking They always like lie and deny about who they are, fucking too. Like, I've been experiencing this a long time. Like, that's why it took so long to finally put it all together, is because I simply couldn't talk about it, and they forced their way into my life repeatedly, so there's no one to talk to. I had no one in my life to tell them, like, white people are, to sit around and bitch about, like, white people being genocidal fucking trash, who are going around raping and enslaving me and shit, because they were in my life repeatedly talking about how great it was to kill brown people and shit. Fucking. So I never got a break for that. I never got a break from that one. Fucking. Which is weird, because why is everyone I know nothing like me? Why would I want to take or be around girls who have nothing in common with me? and we have no purpose except for the fact that I know how to have sex. Like, that's the only thing even offered to most relationships I was in was I offered sex if they wanted it, and it's like, and eventually I would stop doing that, and we would still be together. And it's like, what's the, or sometimes I wouldn't even offer that, and they would still stay around, and it's like, okay, so why are we here? And then we add it up, like, oh, everyone, there are people in my life sin who are lying about shit, like just to get in my life. And it's not just because their people are trash and I watch them do that to everyone else. I watch the men do that to girls they're not with when they have a woman and a child at home, you know, things like that. But, um, yeah, I don't think the average female is doing that, especially because it's the same people with the same fucking patterns and they brag about it. This is what their people do. This is how they conquer the world. This is why people worship them as gods, because they've raped and killed off anyone who can have thoughts and be like, maybe there isn't a god. Maybe it's just a race fucking running around enslaving the planet. And maybe it's definitely not the god of the rapist. The god of, yeah. Can you imagine God having to develop trash that couldn't get their own girlfriends and their own lovers and have to like force their way into your life and lie to get there and shit? Fucking. Mm-mm. I just wonder why the game gave him my picture, because I'm not on their side, obviously, right? So why I think it's just because how did they find out? Like, obviously the Christians are the ones who start the child enslavement and the drugging and shit. Fucking, um, how do people know to do that? They just happen to rape their way into someone's family and find find a person they think is the right person. Fucking. Anyways, it's been a great life having to be forced to be in this rape land, America, forced to be around people I don't want to be, forced to date people I don't need to be around, forced to have sex with people I shouldn't be around. It's like, damn, dude, that's weird that that shit's allowed. It's like enforced. I told that one loser, fucking, I didn't want to do drugs with his loser fucking ass. I mean, of course, I don't want to do anything with him because he looks like one of them. Like, I mean, they know. They've been watching me. I called to exterminate them entirely. Every last drop. Fucking, why? So why would I want one of them as a friend again? Because that's what they've been doing the whole time and shit. Fucking. So, like, obviously, they're probably used to that being the answer to their disease, and they've figured out how to win that battle, or they couldn't have enslaved the whole planet already. I already seen them, what they did to other people. I already know. Fucking, same thing they try with me and stuff. Like, they tried to bring me, like, I don't know, hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars of meth, and didn't tell me before they got in my car with it and shit. And then their cop friends, their judicial system friends, drove by when they were in my car. Like, right after they got in my car, they drove by and shit in their fucking Star of David vehicle and shit. Fucking, you know, the pigs. Shit. Call them the pigs. Fucking, they live up to their name, don't they? Fucking, now that you know who the judicial system and the KKK and Nazis really are, like, it's not. Well, it is Marilyn Monroe looking people. It's just Marilyn Monroe don't look like Marilyn Monroe, and the bitch never looked good in the first place. But she don't look like that at all. Fucking, it's all it's all them trying to change their looks so no one can identify them and shit. Because that's really the first step to solving the problem. That's the only real step needed. What other battles on Earth do you not know your enemy? And this one, they're wearing plastic lips and getting their noses chopped off and their hair, wig implants and stuff like that. I digress. This has been great. This has been like 40 years I've had to deal with this. And like, it's just like every day, all day long, this is all I get to think about because it's all I've ever known from the day I'm born. The little rape ritual. Thankfully, I don't think I was here the first 4 years, but that could have to do with their little Christian asses, their little Abrahamic asses drugging me and shit when I was a kid. That might have erased my memories, but I don't think so. I don't think I had fucking memories before I was like 6, which like kind of ties into how fake this world looks and how I summon human clones who do have memories, yet I don't think they existed yesterday because I just fucking asked for them. They just magically appeared out of nowhere like the shapeshifters do and shit. Fucking the shapeshifters who can't do shit right and fucking are just like horribly fucking disgusting and shit. Fucking, I don't really think there'd be an alien planet allowed in the solar in the universes if there was universes fucking who acts like that. So I kind of don't think that shit's all real. Might as well forget about space, even if you do think it's real, because you're never going to go there. And that's a fact. You know who's going to go there? Elon Musk, his twin brother. Yeah. Along with Santa Claus. They already tell you that, too. They tell you that to your face. They talk about Santa on the NASA website because they know you're a fucking moron. You're just... If you believe in any of their religions... They know you're a fucking moron and shit. I don't know how they figure out what's going on in the game. Like, you know, what's going on inside our heads or what we say out loud, how they're listening in. But they clearly brought up shit before the phones were put out. That wasn't like, you know, like stuff they could have found looking through school records and shit like that. So they've been using this technology for, thousands of years. That's how probably how they go around telling people they're God and killing off everyone on the planet who's using fucking advanced alien devil tech and shit. And busy blaming, like they kill the people off and then they blame the other people for what they do and shit. Seems pretty fucking easy to understand it. But if you go outside, if you just go outside in America, it's real easy to see that you've been bamboozled, and you're gonna feel like you're in a different nation because you're not gonna see this wide, diverse group of people that they always say is America. America's like all the free people of the world banded together, but it looks like one small family like this and shit. Fucking Abraham Lincoln looked like him. You know, the founding fathers had to wear wigs to look like they did and shit. And they still look like that if you just took the wig off. And they still wore wigs to replace how stupid their fucking hair looks and shit. But it was just an excuse. So it's like, oh, it's a wig. That's why they look stupid. Fucking... they did that in Europe too, didn't they? That's where they supposedly took that from. That's like, you know, that's the sign of the people who lived in Egypt and raped their fucking slaves when the pale skin fucking looks like that and shit. They fucking either someone agreed to have sex with them who was their slave or they were raping him, and they don't even do that these days here. They have the ones in Hollywood. Drake and all that shit, but most of them aren't fucking part of it. Fucking, at least the original ones. They've kind of replaced them. Like, look at the government now compared to the government before. Like when they had Obama, Obama had to have, they had to say Obama was a European fucking black person. Like, you couldn't really tell by looking at him. You have to look at his family, and his mom looks like Howard Stern. So, um, his mom looks like Elon Musk. It's exactly who she looks like. They like, it's a boy, it's a girl, what's that? It's Elon Musk and Barack Obama's mom shape shifting into the same form. Anyways, this is shitty fucking having to live with the memory of these fuckers fucking having assholes force their way into your life who don't need to be there. Having females around who shouldn't be around you. They're all fucking lying to get there. And it's clear it's not just some dumb bimbo and shit. Fucking some of these people are too fucking cowardly to fucking just lie about something like that. I mean, that's not your average person, but I can think of at least one person who should be way too fucking scared to just go around lying to date anyone, because if you just randomly date someone and you lie to them, you're going to meet a real man someday who's going to fucking pop your fucking head off his shoulder and shit with one good punch and shit, as you deserve if you're doing that on any fucking side. Fucking, but, yeah, I mean, clearly, I mean, we caught them in 2020, separating me from other people, and we have been fed all these people we shouldn't be around the whole fucking time and shit. People I wouldn't want to be around. People have no reason to be around me and shit. Fucking. And let me guess, I'm correct. It starts with the. I mean, look who starts it. The fucking little Bible cult and the people when I'm a child. The only people around me when I'm a child. Fucking the hospital and shit. All the people, the thousands of people who work there started with that and then continue with the drugging and shit later in life. Probably because I'm just like a fucking space alien smart compared to them, and they gotta keep it fucking, they gotta try to fry and kill it. But of course we got the heart issues fucking that started, and that's because of these people fucking drugging me, the Christians and family members fucking drugging me. So, and they'll, you know what, they'll care so much that I have heart problems because of them, that they'll fucking threaten to hurt me if I talk about it. That's what they're gonna do, because that's who these people are and shit. If they feel they have control over you, but obviously the average 90-pound punk fucking ain't gonna fucking feel that way to your face and shit. But they feel that way if you've ever given them leeway and allowed them to feel strong and shit. Fucking, it's like a gerbil fucking enraged gerbil and shit. Fucking, but they do have this whole nation of their people fucking ready to drug and enslave and prevent people's lives from going anywhere, so their trash ass can remain at the fucking top. And I say, we just remove the fucking head off this fucking pyramid and shit, and we bury all their fucking history and write the real history, because their history is telling us the real history, but they're just always saying, we was enslaved. Donald Trump and Elon Musk are enslaved. Howard Stern is so oppressed. And of course, everyone's going to try to kill them, but I don't think anyone has yet, because they'd be gone if anyone actually got around to that. I think they have this set up very well every fucking time. And there's not many people in these nations. I mean, they have to ship in people from other nations in order to have other people in this nation who might have a problem with them raping them, because they don't care about raping each other. I mean, it's probably disgusting, but at the end of the day, most of them have to end up with each other. So they're going to have to learn how to live with the consequences of their family trees direction and shit. Fucking, is it such a bad thing to wake up to the Rothschild every day in your bed? Yeah, I'm sure it is. But hey, fucking, you can always go buy a prostitute, go enslave some, go enslave and genocide the Native Americans and take a couple hot Native American chicks. Fucking, probably is one of the biggest reasons they came over here was fucking because the hot girls. Probably is. Fucking, anyways, yeah, this is sick that this has been going on this long and these people are allowed to exist who have been doing this shit. Fucking, and they keep remaining and doing it. And everyone who's been working with them needs to be removed from the planet as well, and it's removed from the plane of existence and shit. What the fuck would we even have trash like this in the real world? These are just fucking bots, clearly, in the most part. For the most part, there's a lot of bots running about on this fucking planet, and there shouldn't be any fucking non-living beings on this planet either. So that's pretty trashy there. That you're not just getting enslaved by trash, you're getting enslaved by non-existent trash that's like just hideously deformed robots. Like, that's fucking disgusting. Like, it's really not even going to have trash on this planet. Forget robot trash. I mean, that's the opposite of advancement. That's what they do with technology. You invent a calculator and then you invent an android who goes around going, I love you and I care for you. I'm going to rape you too and we're going to go kill some brown people. So, yeah, that's disgusting. This has been like 40 years. I have to live with these thoughts like 24 fucking 7. Because why would I do anything? Why would I go anywhere? Why would I want to wake up in the morning and shit ever? Why would I want to ever stop trying to kill myself to fucking escape them? There will never be a day where I have to wake up and I don't have a memory of them and everything they've been doing the whole time. My life is exactly where it is because they've been preventing me from doing anything I want. They've been forcing me to have sex with them and females they choose and caught them. It's not that I went after women. I mean, I'm in their trash nation. There's no one here I would want to touch, fucking, for the most. I mean, touch, yes, but have a relationship with? Hell the fuck no. I'd fucking. I mean, I might as well become attracted to gerbils. At least they're active. They're retarded and they're active. But hell the fuck no, dude. That's why I fucking. It just turns out that the first person I fucking met who was into metal was a Mexican girl. And I'm sure it had everything to do with them owning the phone companies as to why I never got to talk to her again. I'm willing to bet that wasn't the most excited person to meet me. Generally, like, I can tell, like, when someone's about to prey upon me and shit, when a female's about to prey upon me, fucking. But that was the first metalhead I met. And that probably would have been like the last relationship I had because I would still be in it today. But then later we find, hell, I probably would have been that Chinese girl if fucking we were allowed to keep talking and shit when I was in first grade. Because I hear they're intelligent people and they aren't trash. And that would mean that their females would have something to offer of value and not be ignorant and not be trash, of course. And something like that can last a lifetime for someone who's not trash. I'm definitely not, is never going to last if they are trash in any way, shape, or form for the most fucking part. I definitely will not touch someone like that for too long and shit. And the only reason I'm going to be around them is to touch them. And that's a mistake every fucking time. But sometimes these people try to kill you if you say stay away from me. So we definitely have had things happen. Fucking, that was when I met the second metalhead girl, the dark skinned looking girl. She said she was Native American too, but um, I was like all hyped up and shit. I met a metalhead. Like this time, I actually like the metalhead like was into me and shit. And I'm pretty sure the Mexican girl was too. It's just I'm royal family who needs a really disgusting people to destroy my fucking entire life and prevent me from being with anyone I want and arrange fucking marriages and shit. And arrange drugging and pretty much arrange raping, it seems like fucking, because why would you drug people? What does that have to do with it? Why would you continually prevent people from going somewhere and continually drug them and force them to have sex with you and your people? Why would you have to force someone to have sex with people at all? I mean, you must be really fucking disgusting and shit to have to lie to get into someone's life and shit. Fucking, that means they got nothing to fucking offer if you gotta go around lying about shit. Fucking. Well, here we are, 40 years later. That's all I can think of is this trash is totally fucking. They prevent me from doing anything I wanted my whole fucking life. Like, they work together, like, all of them. Fucking, everyone in the key net positions to do shit was human. Like, the entire fucking race in this planet. Like, they're fucking. In this nation. Like, they're fucking evil bots networked to a computer and shit designed just to fucking destroy my life. Jealous. Like, I mean, bots can't actually be jealous, can they? They can't emulate emotions properly, fucking, yet alone feel them. So, obviously, why are they doing it then? Why are they allowed to? Why are people in this nation allowed to do these things? Fucking, to living beings and shit, and target them, gang stalk them, like, I say we get rid of all these fucking humans who have been fucking involved in this. These are not humans. These are bots and shit. They're lying about that too. Fucking, I mean, everything they do and say in this nation is a fucking lie. Apparently, I don't really know, and I don't really care if the other nations just happen to be. If like USA is the only bot nation on the planet and shit, but it definitely is. I remember 2020 being. The humans themselves were showing me that they're fucking bots and shit being puppeteered. So, and they were like, "We're all in it together." It's like, "Oh, you're all bots networked to a fucking computer or because living beings aren't networked to a computer, so you can't be in things together with other things on the planet." Fucking. Tell by the low intelligence too. I don't think the game is necessarily making these bots in favor of existence. I mean, I've watched it wipe them the fuck out. So, but none of this is. I mean, we're 40 years into it, and they're not all gone, and they're still there, and the memory of. I mean, like, I have to wake up in the morning. Why don't I do anything I want? Well, I've never been allowed. Why would I want to do anything that just reminds me of terrorists and shit? Fucking, I want to kill. Fucking, I want to put a total end to. Killing it is not the right word. I want to extinguish it completely from existence. The whole idea and thoughts behind forcing your way into people's lives and forcing them to have sex with ignorant trash, so ignorant trash can conquer intelligent, fucking, non-trashy people, fucking, with their fucking master Nazi race and shit, fucking. I don't think I ever met a human. I mean, obviously, I got this race forcing their way. I got these people forcing their way into my life. This bot species, this bot model, this specific model. Fucking. They brag in their books they're the original model. And the other model's an upgraded model that obviously they're jealous of. So, how do bots even get jealous? Fucking. Someone would have had to program them to act differently too at some point, right? Fucking. And then they're making new models now. And it's like, it's them who need replaced, not the bots. Fucking. Obviously, the bots are trash because the bots work with them. The other bots, models. But I think. I don't know. They seem to be scared of me hanging out with out there in the world looking for real humans instead of them. And I don't know. Maybe that's why they were so worried about robots when they already have enslaved the whole planet. They have plenty of robots doing work for them. That's everyone. They just go to Africa and put shackles on people, or go to Ireland and put shackles on people and bring them over to America, and they already have bots doing work for them. They don't need more robots and shit, so what's the purpose there? Especially because I don't know. Maybe they already figured out that some people don't have emotions and are older bot models and shit. Or our newer bot models, or just some sort of bot model. Maybe they already got past that figuring out. But it does seem like that they're bots who are out of hand and have developed a manuscript to enslave the living being when he comes here, like to teach them, like, which is weird because it teaches me like I'm supposed to be God, but at the same time, it sounds like they're using it to enslave me. And like they do all these dumb things that they shouldn't do that blow their fucking cover. Like the whole 2020 incidents, the humans shouldn't have done that. The humans shouldn't have went around doing the fucking puppeteering and, synchronized idiocy that they had no cognitive ability to perform the moves of, and saying we're all in this together and things like that, unless they shouldn't have done that because it just blew fucking 40 years of belligerence and hard work. I mean, these people don't even know how to do work, fucking, but that was technically that'd be hard work for billions of people to work together to pull off stunts like that and shit. And all of a sudden 2020 they just forgot they had to hide all that shit anymore and just came out and open like they were puppets on a string and synchronized and shit. Fucking almost like they had no control over themselves to be able to do that. It must have been Satan. It sounded like it was definitely anti-Christian at this point, because it sounds like the person who they're trying to blame for doing that is the one exposing that they're fucking trash and filth, and they're tired of them raping their way into their lives and shit and forcing people around them who aren't them, who have no reason to be around them. After this is all done, we definitely have to work on laws for the breeders and shit. You're not allowed to have accidents, not allowed to fucking rape your way into other people's lives. Not allowed to go around and lie and hide about who you are, what your race is, what your bloodline is, what you do in order to have sex. Like, this is literally, if these people went around, they'd be like, I raped, if they were like trying to be honest with someone they were trying to get to, they'd be like, what do you do for a living? I rape dogs. And I have prostitutes on my TV, on my radio show. I have sex with the prostitutes on my radio show, and then when I go on my rape dog, and then I got my racial supremacist manual here. It tells you I'm God and you gotta worship me and my people. And then pow, you're never gonna fucking date a woman with fucking that type of shit. Or a man. So I could see why their women had to come into life lying about everything, about who they are and what they do and shit. Fucking, because I'm not gonna be some girl comes up to me, goes, what do you do? Like, what do you do for a living? Because, like, I actually asked that. I noticed they don't because they're not in my life to fucking be around me and shit. Fucking, apparently. Fucking, they're in my life to fuck it up. So I asked that of everyone. And I have to that like everyone I've ever met lies pretty much. No, one or two people didn't fucking like the one girl I liked when I was like 14 that they fucking came in between and separated us the one time. They try that with every girl I'm with, even if they bring them fucking. I guess it helps hide in stealth. There might be someone I actually like and be a savior to their people with their propped up, made up pro alien KKK propaganda designed to fucking subvert God's mind, apparently. Fucking, I'm gonna save the rapist. The people who fucking make me wake up every day and fucking hate life. The people who drug you if you try to go somewhere and make sure you don't do anything else in life at all. And they drug you when you accidentally start winning awards from the president because they gave you a pencil and thought they're so stupid. They think they're the people who steal the books, but they probably can't imagine. You know, they write all the books to the publishing house. I mean, because they steal all the publishing houses. Fucking, but they're probably using AI to generate most of those stories because all that shit's not new. Those fucking that Matrix 4 is clearly AI generated, which means the characters in it were too. Fucking. They've been using this tech for a long time. Okay, so they've never had to write movies or write books. They've never had to make movies or write books. They've had that technology since probably they began enslaving the planet and shit. They just didn't want to give people books and movies and music. Fucking, you know, on a CD and stuff back then. They wanted to keep them dumb and keep them enslaved. So, just like when Germany invented, or any nation invents something, it was World War II when Germany fucking developed recording TV shows and shit like that. They were the first people to do that. And then so Einstein has to steal fucking bomb technology from them and give it to some other people who can build it for him because he's not smart enough to do that. And fucking does this sound like someone we know these days? Elon Musk, perhaps? I actually know people, so it sounds like more than that to me. But yeah, Elon Musk definitely sounds like that. And he even came out on TV fucking saying that. Like, we need visas and shit to bring over workers, or we'll have no workers because his people don't know how to do work. And I don't think they actually know how to do it. I mean, they keep people stupid and dumber than them, and they're keeping people real dumb. So that hinders slavery to have dumb slaves. Like, you could have better things if your slaves weren't stupid, but if your slaves weren't stupid, your slaves could figure out who you are and what you're up to and shit. If it's more complex than just running around and putting people in shackles, if it's something like running around putting people in shackles and then blaming Middle East, blaming people in Russia for it, so you go kill the Russians and continue being their slave and then like them, and totally forget that that's not the Russians enslaving you where you're at. Fucking, it's some long ass shit, bro. This has been a long ass time, but it's like fucking, it's the same thing on repeat. It's almost like it was just supposed to be these bots playing on repeat until I finally fucking caught on to them. But except for the fact it seems designed to be that 2020 would be the year I get vision because it's called perfect vision, and I definitely have it now. So I don't see who else that would have been tailored for, considering I was provoked into asking for some of it accidentally. I guess that was provocation still for the mask thing, fucking, but and then go ahead and blame me, but don't let them set me up. You know what I'm saying? Don't let me become their scapegoat, as they invented that term in their little Bible and shit. Fucking, they need to invent these things. They need to invent their gods and blah blah blah, because they need someone to, like when I say everyone should kill everyone, if should kill themselves if I'm God, and 1 out of the 10 times I say that, like a couple people on TV kill themselves, and I'm like, I laugh at it instead of being like, that's me. I was like, yeah, it's not me. It's always them. Fucking, it's always them. I'm never doing any of this. I'm not Dr. Fauci. They don't even allow me on TV. Obviously, they're setting me up because their people own the fucking media, and they won't even allow me to get a job fucking where I'm on TV, like running the president. Fucking, so clearly what they're up to with me and shit, running around in the background trying to force me to marry and date them and shit, and trying to convince me I'm royal blood, Jesus, and fucking all that other dumb shit, when they're like fucking psychos and killers and shit like that, and doing this stuff to everyone else across the world and replacing everyone else across the fucking world, as you can clearly fucking see, by their racial supremacy marks all over the fucking nations, all over the fucking world. Anyways, yeah, we should deal with the problem. There's no reason that we live on a planet where any sort of trash is allowed to exist, but especially, people legalizing pedophilia, people raping their way into your lives, organizations, or, legalizing pedophilia, organizations raping their way into your life, forcing you to have relations with people who are nothing like you and shouldn't be anywhere near you, and drugging children if they show signs of intelligence so they can keep them dumb, and that way the dumbest people who do already control everything stay on top. Fucking, there's no competition if you kill off all the children of the competition. That's their motto, isn't it? That's what the story of Purim is about. But I'm sick of waking up every day and having to remember everything they've been up to and shit. And I don't think we're going to be able to change that, that part of the show. But we can definitely make sure it doesn't happen anymore. We need to make sure that they have no faculties to be able to do that with. No schools, no governments, no KKK organizations. Let them have it. Let them have whatever they want, and then let everyone else fucking who wants to be part of it fucking agree in the open. Like 2020, I liked that. I liked how 2020 ended up. Like, I didn't even know that was going to happen, to be honest. Like, I was utterly convinced by these fucking delusional crackheads, rapists, murderers, fucking child druggers, that they all weren't in on it. And then they're like, we're all in on it. We're all in this together. And it's like you really are, because you're out there with your fucking hunting down fucking people who don't believe in your shit. Just like you always were with the fucking proselytizers on the street and shit, running around threatening to kill people and torture them forever if they don't worship you as gods. Fucking. Why is that allowed for some large group? Why don't they go start arresting the leaders of these organizations, Joel Osteen and shit like that, and all these TV preachers? Like, they're causing people to go around on the street fucking threatening to kill and torture people who don't join the KKK. Why is that allowed in any fucking nation? No nation does that except for if this group does it. And then look at fucking China doesn't allow that for that. That's the reason you don't allow shit like that in your nation, is because you're smart enough to fucking understand this is a moron fucking threatening you, making death threats and torture threats to you, fucking, if you don't worship them as gods. So, yeah, we gotta deal with this earth thing, this earth problem, USA problem, whatever you would call it. It's a huge problem. And I'm real tired of waking up every day having to think that. I'm trying to think of the way, like, you could actually pay back people for fucking destroying your entire fucking life, but I don't think you can. And, wasting time on payback is useless. It's not going to change anything, but definitely they don't need to be doing it anymore to anyone else ever again. So let's put an end to it. Let's put them on their rockets. I like Elon Musk's recent rocket. This has been my idea for a while. We let them go live on the sun. And with Elon Musk's rocket blowing up, I think that's perfect. That's the perfect fucking. Their lies can take them exactly where they need to go, and shit. They can get on their Santa sleigh ride and go up to the heavens and shit, where they can rape all the children they want and enslave all the people they want. I'm sure the people on the sun will be glad to have them there. Anyone would be glad. I mean, they tell such cute jokes. I pull my finger and they make fart sounds, and they're real good at putting on makeup and wigs and plastic. I wouldn't say they're good at plastic surgery, but they're good at having it done. People who live on the sun would like that shit, wouldn't they? That sounds like fun. I mean, it's just so exciting and fun here to have it happening. But, I don't really give a shit about people in the sun. They can fuck off and die for sitting around and watching it happen and doing nothing about it if they're up there. Fucking. But yeah, this has been great. I love fucking being forced in relationships, male or female, with people who shouldn't be there, and finding out that that's a large criminal network. I mean, I already knew they were criminals, like I already know people, like almost everyone I know claimed to be part of the mob or some shit like that. And I mean, my dad worked for Jeffrey Epstein, which means I did, and shit like that. Fucking, worked at the Masonic Temple. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone I know was involved. People I know work in the government, people I know work with Trump, people I know work in Hollywood. Fucking, some of them are actually openly gang members and shit, but, the government's just the gang that's the ruling gang that's been enslaving the planet for thousands of years, so no one's going to say it's a gang or they get killed. And, well, this is what these people have been up to for thousands of years, apparently. And no one's doing shit about them. They're still walking around. Like, they're still everyone on TV. They're still owning everything. Every time a girl comes up to me, they're around, if it doesn't look like them to begin with and shit. Like I said, they fucking... Dude, I'm walking down the fucking high street and they fucking stop a car and pick me up. Some college looking girls and shit. To pick up someone who looks like me walking down the street. Like I'm not, don't look like a homeless bum who might have AIDS or some shit. Fucking, that's not targeted, is it? Like I'm walking in my fucking leather trench and shit. I mean, as nice as it looks, and as many people say it looks nice, I know what I look like when I'm in it and shit. And it's, I don't think that's like the look most girls are looking for when they drive down the road picking up people. Because so many people do that too, right? Because all that happens. All I see that all the time. Women just fucking slamming on the brakes in the middle of the intersection, jumping and running out of cars to go pick up men. That happens all the fucking time, don't it? And shit. Fucking. And that person was like hot enough for me to actually sell the fuck out to. But it's like, who else am I gonna? What else am I gonna tell? Who's not working for them? Like, shit, I might as well sell the human race out to them and fucking, work with them and shit. Fucking, because the humans are working for them. Like, the only one who's gonna fucking suffer from that is them. I'll actually gain a lot. The humans are the ones. I mean, I don't know because they all look the same. I don't know if the ones around me directly all look fucking like this and act like that. Fucking act in the same manner. Oh my God, take everything. Oh my God, he won awards with the fucking pen, drug him, and fucking keep him away from that Asian girl. Keep him away from that black girl. We need to make sure he can have a relationship and shit. Well, they came up to me in fucking Seattle, and they were like, they said that shit. I don't think that's the only time they said something like, "You don't even like black girls, do you?" It's like, what does it mean? It's like I definitely don't like you. You don't even look like a female. And I wouldn't touch anyone with your attitude. Like literally, they were there running Black Lives Matter, saying shit like that to me, dude. That's what they were doing. They were there fucking running that, and I was there to fucking bust them out for it. And then then at the fucking Black Lives Matter, they're fucking saying racist shit to me, like fucking like like I'm about to date them again. I mean, like they've kidnapped me before. They haven't just forced their way into my fucking life through lies and deception and however it is that they watch and enslave the human race. Fucking, but their little trash ass fucking was there doing that. Fucking, and it's like they were like supposed. There's no black people in that city, so they probably felt pretty safe, which is odd because that city was more burnt down than any fucking city that I had been in yet and shit. Fucking, they had done more damage in that city, and there's no black people there. Fucking, there was like a couple appeared, like literally, like I remember seeing two or three and shit. And I drove around the fucking whole fucking city looking for it, and I only seen a little area. And then they used some of them to rob me too. Like they were using the video to fucking they were using YouTube to upload videos about what was happening and shit around me, and fucking telling me that they're robbing me. They're like, "Oh, you're making that happen." And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna make the end of your fucking species happen. How about that? Like, that would be beautiful if what's happening right now was me doing it, but I don't think it is. I think it's them. But if it is, if it is me, I hope you guys fucking. I hope when this is all over, I don't have to fucking see you guys again. Fucking. If not, it's not me. But if it is, then we're gonna have a clean planet here soon. Fucking at least a nice, nice area we can work on cleaning up afterward and shit. Cause but I still don't see it. I'm still being forced to talk to some of this trash and shit. Fucking and like I mean I don't, I'm not even allowed to have my own life. I'm not actually God. Fucking I've never got to date a girl I wanted to and shit. Fucking, I've never fucking, when I was a kid, I couldn't do any of the things I wanted fucking my whole life. What do you mean when I was a kid? My whole life. I wanted to do this thing, wasn't allowed to do it. Fucking don't. It doesn't matter anymore. I don't do it. Fucking, not even gonna try. Fucking, because the next year, next decade, I chose new shit. Wasn't allowed to do it. Not even gonna ever fucking buy that shit to try it. Fucking next year, I even forget. Oh yeah, that was something I actually wanted the whole time. A relation with a girl I liked and had a reason to be around. But no, we found out later in life that yeah, I think that these people were making sure none of that stuff happened because they were. Because, and they all look alike. All the people there prevented me from doing anything my whole life. All were related, obviously, inbred cousins for the most part and shit. And well, most of them all always ignoring who they really are. They're Americans, they're Italians, yeah, like they're all hiding behind the term Native American. I'll tell you that much. Fucking, there's a lot of people in USA who aren't Native American who are saying they are. You guys have seen that on TV. Well, that's because that's you being shown. That might be them actually bragging about that to release their caramel, but it's definitely you being shown. In 2020, I don't see how their little peas could have fucking functioned in a way that would say that this is a real good idea. Let's come out on TV and fucking tell everyone we're networked together and we're all doing this. Like releasing the caramel and shit a little bit too much and stuff. That would have put their fucking faces on a fucking hit list and like for God and shit for anyone with open eyes and shit. Fucking that would have been the dumbest shit ever. But then again, now they got drones flying around dumping poisons in there and shit, don't they? So that's what Trump and Biden have been doing, and they're all the same fucking family raping their way into our lives and well, everyone's lives probably. And there are some people they don't like, but it's like this nation isn't has a lot of them in my life, and that's pretty unwanted, especially when you're like lying to get me to date you. Like pretty much every relationship I've been in, almost. I mean, that one they either came in between them. Weird things happened where we just never talked again, even though like everyone was super excited. Phones magically get turned off, and who owns the phone companies? Well, it's the slime bags who can't get a girlfriend and shit. Fucking and then they're in my life directly, fucking trying to take girls and shit. Fucking on top of the sneaky shit I see where it seems to be they're inserting their own people and stuff. Um, yeah, so this has been going on a long ass time, dude. This is like all my memories because it's like I don't do anything. I have nothing to do. Like I tried to run for president in this slime bag race, American race. Fucking was there pretty much involved in lots of shit. Fucking trying to assault me and not get that on camera, not let their media fucking show that, and obviously they're not gonna spend their entire lives these Americans aren't gonna spend their entire life drugging me and trying to kill me because they're gonna let me become president one day. Prevent me from doing anything. Prevent me from simply fucking playing a drum set to becoming a video game champion. Fucking fry my brain when I start writing award-winning books and shit. Fucking they're not going to go from doing that to let me run for president. Because what's going to happen if I become president? I'm going to get rid of people who do shit like that. Fucking, I wasn't fully aware yet, but once we gathered that 2020 evidence, it was set in stone that everyone agreed that yes, they are in on it together, and doing even worse than what was looking like they were up to. So we just don't have time to repay all these people with all the rape and shit. And that's disgusting too, because we'd be giving them what he has to pay for. They have to be millionaires just to get sex. Like, they're the ones doing the raping. Fucking, that's not rape to them. That's what they want to do. That's why they're doing it. Obviously, it's kind of a job when they target someone who's smarter than them purposefully. But I say, yeah, fuck president, world leader, fucking, because look how many other nations they own too, and it's not like USA. I mean, USA is already like pretty tarnished trash, and it's, as long as we can get rid of them, we can write it down in history what USA really was, and no one's going to like that, and they want to get rid of USA because they have to run and hide in their new stolen lands and shit, because they've already destroyed everywhere else and shit. You know, like, people catch on to the fact that they're just colonized, which obviously that's why they have to invent Satanism and write the Bible for that, because there are people who don't like them and shit, and they've got to control that opposition. That's why they got to control Black Lives Matter, because they could figure it out someday who the white people in America are that have been fucking enslaving and killing them off and shit. And it's those eternal victims who have been going nation to nation killing everyone off. You also happen to be on the other half of the protest and shit, fucking leading that shit. Fucking, they've been doing that a long time. Well, obviously Barack, his mom, is one of them, and he was involved in like the Weather Underground and shit. So they've been, you know, controlling the opposition to themselves for thousands of years and shit. Ever since they invented the word scapegoat in their Bible and the name Satan, they were controlling the opposition. I think once they invented Christianity and Muslimism, they were controlling the opposition. It's about worshiping them, and they're not even the people in that book. But it's about worshiping their bloodline. Everyone has to give all their money and worship this guy, but they're not even them, because their book says they're gods and shit. Fucking the other people just worship them because they're slave cults. Fucking theirs is the real racial supremacist cult. I mean, they're all racial supremacist Nazi cults, but theirs is I am racial supremacist. And then, you know, the Muslims, Christians, Satanists, and atheists are, I'm a bitch to racial supremacists. So that's exactly what they're designed for and shit. You can tell just by reading it, that's what it's about. It's about worship this alien fucking race who's going around raping and enslaving and genociding the world. Or they're going to torture you. And they're already doing that because they've already killed you if they've gotten into your nation and shit. They've already killed your leaders, and probably just came through recent in a war if this is your first time experience, and if not, they're out in the corner making threats every fucking day that you should worship them, or else they're gonna kill, their friend is gonna kill and torture you, their friend Satan. Fucking, what you would only know if you read the master book instead of the servant book, if you would move beyond servitude and just read what the master, stop reading how to be a slave and start reading how the master is such a good master, how he keeps things together. He tells you in his book about that shit. Fucking, they tell you all about that stuff. It's a manual for them. It's like they're robots who fucking need a manual to tell them how their DNA is supposed to act or something. Like, people always ask that about the Bible. Why do you need that? It's like, why do you need psychology? You don't. It's fucking common sense. And living beings don't fit in boxes like that. But it's a fucking manual for something else now, ain't it? Fucking, I'm sure that's what it is. It's the fucking blueprint for how their fucking emotional responses were designed, and the dialogue choices you're going to get back when you say things, answer to their questions certain ways or the other way. That's pretty much what psychology is. It's a manual on how to interact with the dialogue properly of people in order to manipulate it to what extent you can and shit. Not that there's really much choice. They always seem stuck because I always choose choice B to fuck off or C to fuck off. And it's always seems to be like they want an A or B choice fucking answer. And that makes psychology book doesn't tell you that the computer circuits are going to start frying and it'll go haywire if you don't fucking respond properly to it and shit. Fucking a very, very poorly designed robots. You can tell that's probably their little fucking creation here because it's poorly fucking designed and shit. Can't interact with it very well. But I say, it's time we deal with fucking the humans who've been causing all these problems and shit. Fucking, no one should have to be alive on this planet and feel that other people are like forcing their way into their life and then catch them being separated from people, being forced to have sex with people, being forced to have relations, be forced to live an entire life, be forced to feed family. Like, they're raped. Usually when they rape their way into people's lives, it's to have children and become the wife. Like, with Alex Jones, I mean, he looked like him, so he probably is them. And, I mean, he's real slimy, too, so probably, it's like saying probably that's a gerbil. I'm not sure if that's a gerbil or a duck. They look kind of familiar and only in the mind of the mutant gerbils would that fucking be a probably shit. Fucking, if you call me up and say someone outside your window's fucking raping a dog in the middle of the street, you know what? I've got a fucking clue who they might look like and shit. Fucking, don't think I'm a psychic because I'll be like, do they have gray skin and black hair and black eyes? Are they carrying a Bible? Oh, I'm psychic, aren't I? Oh, fuck it. Anyways, this life is so great, isn't it? I'm so glad I could just sit around and talk about my problems so you guys can come rate me again. I know you guys are offering new trash now after 40 fucking years of that, but I obviously I'm not gonna play your little game. Fucking, we're not here to play games with fucking losers and shit. Fucking, you've got to force me to play games with you for 40 years, and I say now it's time for us to play some games and shit. Fucking, and I'll invent some real good games. We can have a whole bunch of fun times and excitement galore and shit. And it's not going to involve a Wii either. I definitely make sure I'm very far from it, unless I get to drive one of the cars or something in the dodging game and shit. Fucking, You guys know what I'm referencing there, don't you? I wonder how you know what I'm referencing there, huh? Why don't we explain to people how we know what I'm referencing in the Dodge 'em game with cars, huh? Not everyone knows about the Dodge 'em game with cars because you know why? Because I invented it. And I didn't tell anyone. So, that would be why you know about the Dodge 'em game with cars because you wouldn't know unless you were actually doing these things. I'm saying, like invading people's lives and taking them over and not allowing them to. This is how you're not allowing them to do anything they want or anything at all. Anything at all. That's odd. I never put that together. Oh shit, they had been preventing me from doing shit my whole life, and their little fucking bot race fucking started drugging me right after when I started winning awards from the president. I was always like, it's because I'm smart. No, it's because they're trying to fucking cripple and take everything from me every step of the way so I can never do anything or have anything. Which is weird because at the same time, I got paid a lot when I worked at the Masonic Temple, and I got paid a lot when I worked with Jeffrey Epstein's people and, you know, all those people who work in this city fucking. I got paid a lot for working those places, kinda. I mean, compared to working for those people directly, working at rebuilding the temple was just normal slave labor pay. But fucking, that's odd, dude. And then it turns into preventing me from fucking working a job and shit when I'm trying to run for president. Fucking. And there are people still, like, they still have their little bots coming around fucking, like, they use the word work when they talk to me. Like, they have some reason to be speaking to me in the first place, so they have to come up with a sentence or two to say, and it always has the word work in it and shit. And it's like, work? Oh, you mean, it's like they, just like they're fucking losers who preach this Bible thing, but they're the ones going around raping everyone. The masters rape everyone, but the Christians aren't supposed to have sex with anyone except for them when they come into your life to rape you and shit. Fucking. And I think there's a lot of things like that going on. Do what the master says, not what the master does. Yeah, don't go and kill for the master, but don't kill for other people and shit. Steal land for the master, that's good, that's for God. But stealing lands for other people, that's bad. That's the other Nazis and stuff. That's not the original Nazis. The original Nazis are the best. They wrote that their race is the best race on the planet 6,000 years ago. That's how you know it's real. Because all that alien technology that must have taught them about the fuck how to read and write and shit fucking means they're gods. And so they have a right to rape you and prevent intelligent people from going anywhere or doing anything. Prevent people who they see as a potential threat to their global extortion racket and enslavement fucking agenda that's been going on for thousands of years. You gotta kill them and try to kill them, and then force our women into their lives so they can't go around anyone else and shit, and prevent them from talking to other people too. This is disgusting. I have to live through this shit. This has been 40 years. We're gonna have to fucking come up with some good ways to deal with this fucking. But the best way is to just get it over with and get it out of the way, and then try to move on as if it didn't happen. You know, write it down, obviously. Put it in the history books, what was happening, and erase all their fucking history books like they do everyone else. But we know that's a lie, so everything they say is a lie. Like, maybe keep copies of it, so keep copies of it. It's not like you're gonna find something that like it proves that they weren't doing all this, because there's no proof they weren't doing all this. There's not going to be. They can create their fake videos and all that, but they've been doing it, and that's the fact of the matter, is that they're doing it. And there is not like right now they're trying to replace the government with other people so they can sneak the fuck off and not get caught and shit. But take a snapshot of the government right now, and you'll see it's all them and shit. It always has been fucking. And they're so greedy. They're not gonna want to get rid of this place, even though they're taking over more places. What place have they got rid of? They still run North America, Canada, and little Hitler over there in France, and Ukraine, big Hitler in Ukraine, and fucking everywhere, almost everywhere I looked. I mean, obviously Saudi Arabia, there's Saudis too. I mean, that's that line straight up. Once they fucking were done enslaving the Egyptians and moved on to conquer other lands and shit, fucking, that's that line straight up to fucking Italy, where they began their Roman Empire, apparently. Then you take that line straight up to UK, because obviously they worship them. That's just America. Look at their news. They repeat the same thing over and over. It's the same people. They get their news from Routers, AP. They know who they are. That's why they look the way they do. Because they can't stop being who they are, even with plastic surgery and stuff. Even Ivanka, after plastic surgery, has reverted back to who she used to look like. So it'd be cute if the cancer thing were like legit, but I don't hear she has any, and I know she has works. Although that might be entirely different. Yeah, I guess that's entirely, inserting foreign objects in your body is different than shaving your bone and your cartilage down, which is probably the only work. The only work I could visibly see, anyways, Ivanka had done on her and shit. Just like Chelsea Clinton, they had their fucking faces shaved down to be different shapes, and I don't think they got fake tits and shit. They tell everyone else to, because everyone else is, the only reason they're keeping everyone else alive is because they're sex slaves. That's why they come into our lives and try to force us to be with them. With me, it might be a little more different, because you got the attempts to do things in life, and then they have their little drugging spree, and they have their clan manual, and they're people who are part of your life, enforcing all their stuff. Shit, dude. It sucks having to live this life, dude. It feels like the whole time I've just been, except for like one girl, fucking, it feels like all my life must have been that happening, because it was, for the most part. And like, even the times where I'm sure that everyone was lying to hang out with me, are enough to just make it. Like, here I am 40 years later. Why wouldn't I be with someone? Like, I was really good with the first person I liked, with the one person I actually liked. Fucking who they were and shit. Fucking and then after that, it's just like, I just don't give a shit. Like, why are these people even in my life? I'm like trying to get people out of my life, like, without making them try to kill me, like some might have later on and shit. And that person went psycho, because I was like hanging out with a dark-skinned person, and again, their people are real against me talking to Europeans or dark people or anyone who isn't them. They're like real fucking scared of it for some reason. Their little bot brains can network together. They're not living beings, I'll tell you that much. And shit. They're little alien devil species and shit. Fucking, because this is like highly networked shit that this scum trash of America has been working together to do. This is real network shit. This is more than your average kindergarten failure fucking human could perform in large groups repeatedly over decades. Then they show up and talk about shit they don't know. And it's like, you can clearly tell this is not a living being. This is this is a computer walking around fucking networked to other computers and shit. There's no hope for the living here, is there? The humans are always fucking. The humans won. Like, this is like 40 years later. And where did it change? It's not going to change. I don't expect it to either. Fucking, why would I think that they're going to change? Like, I just tried running for president. And they just covered that up. Like, every time, and then every girl they sent me in 2020 was one of them, and then they still came up talking to me about that, like, why do you don't like black people, you know, pretty much saying, like, trying to fill my head with reasons why they're in my life dating me when I don't want them there. They're there because I don't want them there, merely because I don't like black people. Okay, right. Okay, because I don't like black girls. Like, we're not even at Black Girls Matter. Fucking, this is a concerted effort with this bot species here. Fucking enslaving the fucking planet. Fucking, and they're probably doing that to everyone, but a little more to me because apparently somehow they've been. I think it's just standard what they probably do to their children. Fucking, and I mean, so how else does school get away with drugging children if it's not like a standard for their people to just do it? Like, someone somewhere would have been like, that's weird, if it wasn't not weird to them and shit. Just like showing children videos of blowing up the Middle East and taking people in tents and then taking money from the children to support their fucking their master race, fucking KKK genocides and shit, Bible supremacy and shit, fucking. Well, another great day almost over. Fucking, that's all there is to look forward to in this world, isn't it? Just hoping you get to fucking not wake up again tomorrow and shit, and the day gets the fuck over with as fast as possible. That's all there's ever fucking been here, pretty much, huh? I tricked myself into something else for a couple weeks or something at one point in life, but and then I got to be shown fucking the reality. It's like I wasn't even allowed to fucking live in delusional land. Fucking the bots living and shit with their terror houses. Fucking, they took that away. Fucking, like, right as soon as I found out, right as soon as I had a chance, they're fucking possibly doing that. I have to be shown fucking what's going on in the world and realizing, like, oh shit, that's been networked the whole time. They've been doing that the whole time. Fucking haven't they? Shit. That explains a lot, because they're fucking bots who are networked. That's why they all do the same fucking thing. They're just passing the torch off to the next fucking terror toaster and shit who wants to get in the way and lie. So it's pretty much like the same person coming in my life lying repeatedly, because it's the same software fucking coming in my life repeatedly, fucking lying to me about who it is and what it wants. And that's, I guess that must be how it used to know. Although I generally ask the questions and shit, you know, just to analyze their fucking response. And I mean, they're always fucking lying to get near me and shit. Fucking, that's real sick. And um, but then you try to date other people and you realize that they're literally kidnapping you and preventing you from being around other people. So that's weird that the other humans work in on. I don't know if those are all halflings or what. Like the original bot model just designed to look a little bit different, but there's a hell of a lot involved. Anyways, well, that would be cute if I got to see that all happen in the human race, everything they did to me. But then again, they're not trying to go anywhere or do anything, and they already have fucking ugly, disgusting whore wives and shit. Fucking most of them these days are just handing them out like fucking candy to other people, and I would too if I dated something like that. I would fucking fucking ship it off somewhere else and ship permanently. Fucking, but yeah, it's fucked up too. Oh. Oh, this is clearly. I mean, is drugging children not network? I mean, obviously that attempt on my fucking life just recently. Fucking, that's the fucking civilians of Columbus, Ohio, deeply involved with the fucking government to try to kill me. It's not strange, random strangers writing on the internet they're gonna assault me, and then other random strangers fucking doing it, trying to kill me and shit. That's a highly networked fucking crime syndicate there that needs put the fuck down for permanent.